free of charge, but free with FCC regulations.
Feature for some multi-level podcast.
It's showtime! It's welcome to the Chipcast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Joey.
Yes. All done with the poops.
Oh,
Yep.
she dying?
Where am I going? She's done.
To the ground?
No, not going to the ground. Oh, Mom's going to work day shift, so Proops doesn't need a handler no more. No more
Don't even
babysitting for the
babysit a
Proops.
Proops.
Yes.
Babysit a dog all day.
I'm sure she'll make random appearances here and there, but on the whole, Jay, your wishes have been granted.
Yeah, she got a few really wet noses in on me earlier.
That's what
So
she does.
yeah,
Anyway, how are you? How was your extended weekend?
it was really good. Yeah,
Yeah,
I went up to Manistee. Those parts.
Where's
You
Manistee?
familiar with them?
not terribly.
North of Ludington. Pretty far
Okay.
up
Oh,
there.
wow, yeah.
Yeah, good stuff, man.
Like where?
We're talking like up here.
Okay, kind of by Sleeping Bear.
Yeah, south of there.
Okay,
It's good. Yeah, had a good time. Kids had a good time. Got really, really sunburned.
you did.
Can you see the raccoon eyes I have
Oh,
going?
I can. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, sunglasses on way too much, but
yeah.
good stuff, dude. Good family time, little campfire action, s'mores. We did the
S'mores.
whole 9 yards, Mike.
I just heard over the weekend that they have square marshmallows now.
Yeah, I've seen those.
You have?
They have enormous marshmallows now too.
Really?
Like Mongo.
Huh.
I think the s'more is overrated. I know I'm going to take some heat for that. I actually don't like them.
I think it's a
kind
pain
of
in the ass
agree
to
with you.
make, too.
They are a
honestly.
pain in the ass.
You have to have all the ingredients, and then you have to...
Yeah, but a mom handles all the hard stuff. You know, the
Yeah.
kid just does the marshmallow, goes
Very
over to
sexist of
mom,
you.
and well, that's
Yeah.
how it happens.
I know.
Every
I know.
event of these I've seen. It's the mom holding the graham crackers, getting ready to take it off the little skewer
Yeah.
and all that shit.
I know we weren't planning on having a break on s'mores. However, when I was up at Point Pelee in Canada, Beth and I built that gorgeous fire.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
I did. I built an amazing fire, and we started making just marshmallows, and it was pissing me off how long it was taking her. I felt like she was taking way
she's
too
like,
long.
yeah, one of these. Oh, just
Turn
hold it,
it right.
Yeah.
Just get
shove
it
it in
flamed.
there.
And I'm just like, put
It's
it in there.
just
It turns black, and then you pull off the top, falls off, and the rest is still cold inside.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of stink at it.
Yeah,
No, I
she's
think-
probably like right by the embers, just getting it
Yeah.
golden brown,
Exactly.
all around, perfectly.
And then it just melts, pulls right off.
all that shit's overrated, in my opinion. Just grab me the Hershey bar, give me some of the straight up chocolate.
Yeah, but
good
you
with
don't care what you're eating. It's all just like whatever.
It's filler.
It's filler. So anyway,
The kids seem to enjoy those. I don't know.
yeah. What was it? A soccer tournament?
No, it was just some friends of ours have
Yeah.
a place up there, so
Did you get your drink on?
little bit, yeah, little
Nice.
bit. And Gab did too.
Is that hard to do with the kids?
Yeah, it's harder. It's
Yeah.
harder to do.
I mean, back in the old Reckless days, it was like whatever. Woo!
Yeah,
Just start pounding them.
yeah. You definitely have to still keep your wits about you.
Oh, that's
to an extent. Yeah,
It's
you
too
can't
bad.
just totally let loose.
Yeah,
Don't want to, have your kids watch you barfing or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
yeah, yeah. Do you start while they're still up though?
Oh yeah, we drank during the day, big time. On
Nice.
Saturday.
Nice.
Just I pretty much just had the beers going all day long Saturday, and by
Yeah.
the end of the day, you're just, fuck, am I tired from drinking
Yeah.
beer in the sun? You
Isn't
know?
that funny how that works?
Oh,
So you
man.
didn't have any heart to hearts with the boys? Got a little loopy and all of a sudden.
No,
Russ, Manny, I need to talk to you guys about homo milk.
no.
Now listen. Shut up for a second. Shut
When another man
Shut the fuck
was a
up.
man.
Don't say fuck. Dad didn't mean it. Don't tell mom.
No, I don't think I had any of those moments, but
No.
you'd have to ask them.
It's been downloaded onto their little pristine hard drives.
All I know is Russell built a hell of a fire Saturday. With,
I'll take
with
him on.
Not a
Tell
ton of
Russ to bring it on.
not a ton of supervision. It was kind of like, sure, you want to do the fire? Yeah, go.
Yeah, knock yourself out, kid. He's got to learn at some point.
Right. You got to learn sometime.
Yeah,
That's no
no,
big deal.
he built it up. It was good. Yeah, so it was nice. Sorry I missed the show yesterday, but
That's all right. We missed you more than you missed us. Didn't we?
Oh, speak for yourself, but
I wouldn't recommend touching your gavel.
yeah, I kind of
Maybe
glanced
give that
at the
to
YouTube.
Russ for the next fire. or something.
I glanced at the YouTube to see if Fukfase was sitting here. Sure enough, he was. Don't know
Mhm.
why he has to move over here, but he does.
Yeah.
And then I saw him just handling that gavel, like making love to it. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
The whole show.
Sitting there like scratching his nuts, then he'd grab it. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
People were writing during the show going, tell him to put the king's gavel down and tell him to stop scratching his balls.
Well,
with
this
it.
is the second gavel he's ruined for
No,
me.
it's not the second. That's the same one I was handling the last time. So it's the
I
only
thought that
one.
one was destroyed.
If I showed you these two wood gavels, you would not be able to identify
Yes,
which
I
one you
would.
destroyed.
Yes, I would.
Mm.
I know for a fact which one.
Mm,
It's the
you
same
wouldn't
one.
be sure.
I very specifically chose the same one I did use the last time to hold on to.
Anyway, welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
It's good to have you back. Dare I say a big show today for a Tuesday. We got a lot to get to. We got video that showed up yesterday, that car birth.
Yeah.
I probably would have
Almost
chucked the
happened.
thing out the window.
Almost happened to me. I've told
Really?
that story
Yeah.
before with Sweet Pie.
That's
I
crazy.
could totally see that happening.
Yeah, it was nuts. We've got the UN election. UN.
Bet it was a close one.
Yeah, it was closer than some people would like. Trump in the polls. See how he's doing. A sweet wedding dance video to show you.
Nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. Chattanooga gunman, the guy in Tennessee, that terrorist.
Sure.
And Ashley Madison. We'll get to all that. Also, we'll announce the winners for our
Red Bull.
Yeah, the Red Bull VIP passes. We'll give those away.
I got to tell you, Mike, I'm excited about that. I'm more excited now than I was 2 hours ago.
Why is that?
Well, because our Red Bull representative, Rachel,
Yeah,
indicated to us that she may be sweetening the pot in terms of the hot lap.
yeah,
Remember, we called up and kind of acted like, yeah, we want to drive in the race, and she did us second best thing, get us a hot lap. Well, appears she's working on something. She's not sure she's going to get it, so she didn't want to get our hopes up.
yeah.
Well, she got
Too
my
late.
hopes up.
Too late.
My
yeah.
hopes are up.
You
I don't
can't
know
tell
what it is.
Right, you can't tell somebody that. I don't want to get your hopes up, so I won't let you know.
She came by here a little while ago and dropped off these tickets.
Yeah.
And Jay and I were trying to pry at her, like, just give us a hint what you're talking about. She wouldn't even give us a hint. She's like, no, I'm not saying anything.
Wow.
But she should know by the end of the day tomorrow. So I don't even know what that could be.
Oh, I can't wait.
I know.
It's got to be something cool.
Yeah.
I think we're going to drive around that track ourselves. That's my
can't
guess.
imagine they would let us do that.
I don't think they're going to give us like straight up race cars, but some sort of like pace car or some shit, righty? They probably have some advertising cars. that are
Shotgun
sitting-
driving.
What are you talking? Dude, I'm driving.
No, you're not.
Fuck off.
No way. I'm not sitting shotgun with you.
You're
driving.
looped to my bow.
Not a chance.
Dude, I'm driving. You are
No
not.
way.
I'm not going then. I'm not
Dude,
driving.
I'm Han
with you.
Solo. It's the Millennium Falcon. It's
No.
the way it goes.
I
You're
am not-
Chewbacca
I'm
to my
not
Han
Chewbacca.
Solo.
Dude, you're Hutch to my Starsky. I don't know if that worked.
I don't know either. Which one drove? I don't know. No way, dude. I'm Roscoe and you're the dog.
Flash.
You're
not
Flash.
Flash.
You're Flash. You're the Proops.
Mm.
No, we'll have to work that out. I guess we can work that off the air, but maybe
that's what it
you
is.
can do like a quarter of a lap and I'll do 3/4 of a lap or something. We'll figure something out. I'll let you sit in the driver's seat for a minute before
It could
we
be
get
something
going.
totally different. It might not be us driving. So don't.
But if it is, I just want you to be prepared.
Whatever.
All right. So we'll announce the winners and see who's going to be hanging out in the VIP tent and all that. And we'll also give away some general admission tickets. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I hear great things about it, so I'm excited about that. Interesting. There's been a ton of news about Bill Cosby going on and all his extramarital affairs and rapes, and the groups are coming out of the woodwork just to bury this dude, which, you know, is rightly deserved. I still have a little bit, a part of me wonders like how bad this really was, or if this was still like party favors in the 70s. It sounds more like he was just straight up raping chicks.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I guess I don't know if we'll ever fully know. You know, people are pointing to a lot of those depositions and declaring it over. But
Well, again, if we haven't seen more of the statements about the Quaaludes, then I don't know how you can just declare like he made some admission or something. He said, yeah, I got Quaaludes with the intent to use those during sex.
yeah,
Didn't mean that he was going to use them non-consensually or he was going to wait for them to pass out and then rape their asses.
yeah.
He didn't say that, but everybody was acting like he did. So unless
Yeah.
I missed something, in regard to more questions being released.
Yeah, there was more deposition stuff that came out yesterday.
But did it go to that point?
Not not that I've read. Not saying it didn't, but
it went more to his affairs and his admissions to having affairs, which huge news, right?
Yeah, huge news. And if you were to do that with celebrities across the board in that town, you would.
That's probably just
it doesn't
the nature.
Surprise me at all.
You have a big name, you travel.
Yeah,
right.
What's the hardest part about getting laid for a guy? Finding chicks to just randomly put out for you without knowing you. Like, that's the game. Chicks can walk down the street and just go, anybody interested? And 20 dudes would be like, I guess I'll take a run at it. Why not? Like, now imagine you take that element away, and that's what it is for celebrity. You can literally walk down the street and have people thrown at you. So when people are like, Tiger Woods, what a monster. It's like, yeah, well, easy for you to say.
Yeah, anytime he had an urge, he had something there to
There's 20 models standing by just dying to do that. Like, that'd be really, really hard. So I don't know. It still doesn't explain why you would need to rape chicks. We've tried to answer that question with Darren Sharper. There just must be something where you get so much action that it's just like,
That's my theory. You just take it so far down the line. Like, all right, I've done that. Wow, maybe if I could have her unconscious, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Hey, it is. I like this. And
what is that, a power thing, you think, or just a control thing?
Yeah, probably.
Because
both.
Cosby could absolutely get chicks, especially then.
Yeah,
anytime
he
wanted.
could probably do anything to them he wanted consciously,
for sure.
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let me put it. Yeah, let me put it.
I'm going to put it here, and then I'm going to pull it out. And I'm going to be putting it
Yeah,
here.
and they'd probably be like, okay,
whatever. It's Bill Cosby.
Yeah, oh my God, I can't believe I'm boning Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
But instead, he takes them unconscious. I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's weird. So he's just getting murdered in the press. But along those lines, it was revealed today that Ashley Madison. Are you familiar with Ashley Madison?
I know what it is. No, I'm not familiar with it in that way.
No,
Okay.
that's not what I meant. I just meant in general. Are you familiar with
I know
Ashley
what it
Madison? I wouldn't think it'd be something that you would frequent. Right. I guess you never really know anybody, do you? Do we really know anybody really?
No.
Do you really know me?
Not really.
Turns out Jay's name pops up on the list. He's been on Ashley Madison since day one.
I'm the first one on the list.
Council out of Michigan.
Yeah.
Well, hackers have attacked the website Ashley Madison and are publishing sensitive data. Is it data? Am I getting it wrong? Am I smugly saying it?
No, I like how you said it.
Data.
Yeah.
Belonging to the company's millions of users online. The criminals have threatened to continue leaking data until the website is closed down and have delivered a stark message saying, too bad for those men. They're cheating dirtbags and deserve no such discretion. Ashley Madison, of course, if you're not familiar, is a site that encourages people. It's basically for people in shitty marriages where you got someone that won't put out at all. And so seriously, that's
or
kind
someone
of
just looking for some strange. Why do you say that? That it's just shitty
because
marriages.
I think it's literally about marriages and adultery, I think, is what their pull is. If you're not happy getting it at home, here you can discreetly find other people that aren't happy getting it at home or aren't getting any at home. And you guys can both mutually agree to put out for each other, no strings attached, go home to your significant others. And they brag about having like 38 million users. I think 36,999,998 of them are men.
God, of course. Of course.
But, they
all passing around these two chicks.
Yeah, just exactly. But they'd lead you to believe that, oh yeah, it's just 50-50, as if there's a couple skanks and millions of dudes.
Right. It's never 50-50 on that shit.
They say their what is it? Their catchphrase or their motto was "Life is short, have an affair."
Oh, geez.
Yeah, nice, huh? They get people to create this account, which is where the hacking comes in. But they were kind of like Snapchat, where it's like, oh yeah, this shit disappears, it's gone forever. And as we've learned time and time again with the internet, that's
never gone.
It's never gone. It can't be gone. So they call themselves, the group that hacked them calls themselves the Impact Team.
These bastions of morals and ethics.
Exactly.
Who want to bring down adulterers by hacking shit and releasing their names.
By facing 35 years in prison for a hacking scandal. Good move. It includes information stolen from Avid Life Media. They're the company in Toronto that owns Ashley Madison. Their chief executive, Noel Bitterman, confirmed the breach and said the firm was working diligently and feverishly to remove its intellectual property. We're not denying this happened. Like us or not, this is still a criminal act. They promised complete discretion to its users and advertised a full delete feature for about $20. So there's an added charge for that. But if you want to have that where it's like, oh my God, my wife's sniffing around or something, you have access to just delete everything right away. And so for an extra $20, you can buy that feature.
Seems like a good feature.
If you're going to be on the site, I would say just pay the extra $20.
Yeah.
Self-destruct button.
It includes a removal of site usage history and personal ID information, but the user's purchase details, including their names and addresses, aren't actually wiped, according to the hackers, who say they made $1.7 million last year from that feature, that little $20 extra. The Impact team posted a lengthy manifesto. Users almost always pay with credit card. Their purchase details are not removed as promised and include real names and addresses, which is, of course, the most important information the users want removed. Avid Life Media has been instructed to take Ashley Madison and established men offline permanently in all forms, or we will release all customer records, including profiles with all the customer's secret sexual fantasies, matching credit card transactions, real names and addresses, and employee documents and emails.
Oh, shit.
Holy shit.
These are people seeking discretion, right? That's what they think they're buying.
This
exactly has to be so shitty.
Can you imagine, like if you're on that right now, they haven't released any of it yet, and you're just sitting there going, "Oh God, please don't." Like you have to keep going about your daily life like you just already has been, like just pretending nothing's going on.
This is the digital equivalent of the Hollywood Madam's Black Book.
That's what I was thinking of. What was her name? Heidi Fleiss.
Heidi Fleiss. Yeah,
who everybody was afraid she was going to release, all these Hollywood names,
and she could have, and she didn't. She ended up holding out and not doing it. ALM, you promised secrecy, but you didn't deliver. We've got the complete set of profiles in our dumps, our DB dumps data. Is that database dumps? And we'll release them soon.
But okay.
Yeah, that could be. We'll release them soon if Ashley Madison stays online. And with over 37 million members, mostly U.S. and Canada, a significant percentage of the population is about to have a very bad day, including many rich and powerful men. Our one apology is to Mark Steele, Director of Security. You did everything you could, but nothing you could have done would have stopped this.
Why would they, really? They're kind of like giving a shout out to the security director?
Yeah, for Ashley Madison.
That's nice, I guess.
Yeah, it wasn't your fault, dude. You did everything you could. You tried hard to keep us out, but
there's that really a backhanded compliment, sort of rubbing his nose in a little
bit.
Sort
of. Well,
hey,
those
Mark
guys
Steele. Guess what?
They tend to take a lot of pride in thinking they can avert any disaster at all times.
Without any fire, if you will.
Yeah.
And smartest guy ever.
Yeah.
It's going to anticipate everything, right?
Yeah.
And so that guy, just fighting shit off all day long. What are you going to do? Oops.
Just putting fires out all
Every
day.
now and then something shits the bed.
Right.
Can't avoid it.
So Mr. Bitterman claimed, he's the CEO again, Mr. Bitterman, claimed that we're on the doorstep of confirming who we believe is the culprit, and unfortunately that may have triggered this mass publication. I've got their profile right in front of me, all their work credentials. It was definitely a person here that was not an employee, but certainly had touched our technical services. Our team of forensic experts and security pros, in addition to law enforcement, are continuing to investigate. I guess the one thing about this where hackers have kind of been able to work in the secret world for so long, but if you're good enough to hack into something, someone else is good enough to figure out that you've hacked into something. You know what I mean?
I would, I follow you. I think
so. I'm just saying, like, these guys that are, look what I did. It's like, well, yeah, but eventually they're going to catch up to you too, fuckface. Eventually they'll be able to figure out that it was you that did that. And now, honestly, that's a 35-year in prison felony for hacking.
And we've seen some guys go down for that. I feel like over the year or so I've been here, we've done a couple stories with guys who've gone down. One huge one I remember early on. But you're right, man. I mean, it's all a cat and mouse game, right?
Yeah.
At some point, the guys who are just as good as the hackers are going to be on the other side, depending on what company, right?
Yeah.
And they'll catch some of these little assholes sitting in their basements, right?
Yeah. This is really weird, or this is really bad too, because part of their manifesto claims that you promise secrecy and you can't deliver. So we're going to, unless you take it offline, we're going to blah, blah, blah. But then the other side to their manifesto is this kind of moral ground.
Of course.
Yeah, right.
Like these men are cheaters anyway, so fuck them. as if that's any business of yours.
Yeah, you're hackers. Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
You're meddling in other people's business.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird, man.
I don't understand it. I don't know, that hacking one really bothers me for some reason. These people that are just going to disrupt shit.
Yeah.
You know,
and
make
a lot of
people's
times
lives miserable.
Right. A lot of times it just seems like these viruses, man. We've talked about it before. What a bunch of assholes.
Yeah.
Just to prove they can.
Yeah.
You know, biggest guy in the block, he knows he can get into this system.
Yeah.
Fuck it all up.
Remember the super malware of 2014?
That was me.
I did that.
Assholes.
Ooh. Thanks. You're a colossal dick.
Yeah.
We're all proud of you.
You win. You're the biggest dick on the block.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of computers, Amazon link. Find it on our website, DetroitCast.com. Go there. You'll see a link to Amazon. Helps out the show a lot. It's a great way to contribute, donate to the show. Just go on there and shop as you normally do. We get a little bit of a kickback, and it's no more money out of your pocket, so please use it.
That's right. Now, a story we talked about yesterday for a while, Jay, and I wish you were here for it, but the Confederate flag, the Chattanooga, Tennessee murderer.
Asshole.
Yeah, the guy that the Navy guy ended up dying too. I don't know if you were aware of that. So
Yeah,
4 Marines and the Navy guy. His mom was all over the news.
What relevance does that have, Mike?
Nothing. I just saw her talking to the camera. No, it was, devastating, obviously.
Yeah. Right.
What was remarkable about it? It sounds like there was something unique, remarkable.
A
grieving mother. I mean, I can imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying the dentist would help, but she might. I don't know. She, it's no big deal. Like whatever.
Tennessee, right?
Mm-hmm. And anyway, investigators have discovered that the writings by the terrorist asshole, in which he talked about his dissatisfaction with the U.S. War on terror, and expressed other anti-American sentiments. Some of Mohammed Abdulaziz's writings are more than a year old and are consistent with a suicidal mentality, whatever that means. While Abdulaziz sometimes expressed misgivings about U.S. policy in the Mideast, his feelings didn't seem extreme, and there was no indication he was involved with terrorist groups while in Jordan, this according to a family representative. Early today, the family revealed that in his personal diary, the 24-year-old had laid out his struggles with suicidal thoughts, financial woes, legal troubles related to his drug addiction. Apparently, he had a lot of drug addictions. But honestly, those are just things that normal people at 24, 34, 44, like that people go through life with.
Mm-hmm.
Financial woes, suicide, depression, drug addiction.
Most of them don't light up a bunch of military people.
Right.
What's the one thing, the one distinguishing factor?
Right. Exactly.
What was his name again?
Muhammad Abdulaziz.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. It's just what's in a name, right? His journal paints a portrait of a troubled youth who wrote about committing suicide, becoming a martyr as far back as 2013, around the time he was fired from his job because of his addiction to prescription pills and illegal narcotics. He was addicted to sleeping pills, painkillers, opiates, same thing, marijuana, as well as alcohol. Sounds like a good Quran-loving Muslim, right?
Right.
I mean, you often hear about painkillers, weed, alcohol.
Religious law-abiding young man.
Sure.
Probably faced Mecca every time he prayed.
Absolutely. He wrote about how he struggled to work a 12-hour night shift and had to take pills so he could fall asleep during the day. He was heavily in debt. And then he got his DUI on April 20th. After spending, and that's why his parents said he went to Jordan this last time, was to get him away from the people around here that he was associating with, send him to Jordan for a few months and see if he can clean up his shit. Apparently then he just decided to kill everybody.
He probably felt really shitty not having all those painkillers and shit with him over in Jordan.
I'm sure he would. That's a tough one.
Go cold turkey to Jordan.
Yeah, have fun. They believe those personal struggles are at the heart of last week's killings at the military sites. They do not know of anything else to explain it. Several years ago, relatives tried to have him admitted to an inpatient program, but a health insurer refused to approve him. 2 days before the shootings, he rented a silver Mustang convertible that we saw in the shootings. He arrived at a local mosque and took a friend on a joyride until 3 a.m. He bragged about the car and was showing it off to friends about how fast it could go.
Hold on. What a douchebag. You rented it.
Yeah.
It's not yours.
Yeah.
You rent a Mustang and then you brag and check out this ride I've got.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, if you're going to go into...
You too could have this with, I don't know, $120 for the weekend.
Don't you think if you were going on a kill spree that was probably like 99% chance that it's going to end with you dying?
You might go Ferrari.
Go Ferrari. Saying? Yeah, spend $2,000. Who
no
cares?
Offense to our Ford folks.
Absolutely not.
Zot, Ford, and Holly, exit 98. I'm sure they can hook you up with a great Mustang. I mean, a really outstanding Mustang.
Absolutely. But if you're going out in a ball of flames, if you're going out in a blaze of glory, I mean, shoot for the moon, right? I mean, you would think.
Don't
Lamborghini Countach. Sorry. I wonder if Jay's looking at the moon tonight, too. What do you think, E?
I don't know.
And so, you can rent those things. Remember Biebs did it with he and his boys were renting Lambos and street racing them. You can do this.
Derek and I did that.
Did you really?
Yeah, we were. Well, my buddy did. We were in Arizona and we needed a rental car and we rented a Porsche. And Derek and I tore up Arizona in this Porsche for a week. It was fucking awesome. It was so funny seeing Dust with a surfboard in the back of it, shirtless, just screaming down the freeway, pulling to a gas station.
In Arizona, looking for some waves?
Yeah, well, he came from San Diego, but he looked like he looked like a surf bum everywhere he went, but he'd be in flip-flops, just cruising around in a Porsche. But it was amazing how you just pull into a gas station and chicks would come over to you.
Oh, crazy.
It was nuts.
Why is that?
I don't know.
I mean, is it just because they saw you guys had a good personality?
Yeah, they're striking good looks and fine personality.
Yeah.
Just
had nothing to do with the Porsche, the convertible Porsche.
Nothing to do with the thought that they thought the fact that they thought you probably had a shit ton of money.
Enough to have a Porsche.
Right.
Yeah, but no, it was just rented. Not cheap though. Those are not cheap for a week. But
do you remember what it was?
I think it was a couple grand for a week.
Huh.
Yeah.
Worth it, Mike?
No. Nope. Give anything to have that couple grand now. Ah, boy. Yeah.
The memories. Come on, the memories.
These things happen.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Anyway, the FBI are now trying to shed light on his final movements. They're trying to figure out exactly where he went those last couple of days, trying to piece everything together.
Don't you love too? Like these guys are so against our culture and our way of life, but there he is zooming around in a Mustang, having a joyride.
Exactly.
Like, what a great country,
and getting fucked up constantly.
Exactly. It's like the 9/11 guys that obviously drove the planes into the buildings. They were in the days before strip clubs. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, but these great religious men, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a joke.
It's funny too because you think about the guy that murders people in Mississippi, and he just has a picture with the Confederate flag, and it's like,
oh, you mean
tear down that flag?
Yeah,
or South Carolina? Yeah, I'm sorry, South Carolina. And it's like, tear down that flag to the point we need to destroy this thing.
Yeah, it's the root of it.
It's
right?
the root of it. It's the
that
motivation
was it. It was
behind
the flag. Take the General Lee off TV, dude.
Yeah.
We can't handle this
Not
shit.
on TV land even.
It's going to make other people do it.
Right. And yet this guy goes and wipes out 4 Marines and a Navy man, a seaman, if you will. And what do we do? It's like, oh, it was he was depressed. He had troubles with painkillers. Like, I don't know, 50 million other people in this country that don't wipe out service members and go from one military location, drive 8 miles to another one to target more military members. And we can't even discuss what's behind that? What could have been, they're afraid to even use the word terrorist. That's a terrorist act. No doubt about it.
Did this come across your either your Facebook or anything today? I've never heard of this, but there's some website, I guess, or they do website/TV, OAN, American. I'm not sure what it stands for, but I came across this thing where this chick did about a 2-minute rant on what you just said there. It was about I just saw it today. It was about 2 minutes, and it's just about Obama and what you just said there. This idea that all these people, how many terrorist attacks have been, and they don't talk about it.
Yeah.
How he shies away from it. How is this? How are we not sitting here? It's a terrorist attack on American land. And we just sit here and go, oh, he's depressed. Oh, the other guy was
he's in debt.
The other guy was a work, just a work conflict, just a work.
Yeah.
In debt. Who isn't in fucking debt? Everybody's in debt.
Yeah. No, I know. It's embarrassing is what it is.
Well, what's the definition of terrorism, though? You're trying to affect people that aren't
inflict fear.
Yeah, inflict fear on people that weren't necessarily involved in the incident, right? And change their way of thinking. So why do you hit military people? Because you're trying to make a statement like that, right?
Of course you are.
Inflict fear in some regard.
Yeah.
Why would he go after those people if it was a depression based on his job or debt? Or
truth be told, it's probably an ISIS lone wolf situation, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
So it's
and that's
fucking semantics bullshit.
It is. It's just infuriating because the reasoning behind it is, well, there are tons of peaceful Muslims and you don't want to offend them. Well, sorry. Personally, I'm really getting sick of hearing every time something like this happens, everybody in their immediate family and everyone who was close to them going, oh no, we didn't see shit. Great guy. Awesome. Yeah. Everybody loved him. He was perfect.
Yeah.
And then, what do you know? He wiped out a bunch of military guys. Really?
Dude, maybe he even was. You know what? Who gives a fuck? Maybe he was the nicest guy at your work. And, he always said hi to me. But this is what he did.
And if everybody's going to bitch about the government getting more involved in surveillance and all that shit, how about you police your own people, your own family members, your own religious cohorts?
You saw that with the cop in Boston last week.
Yeah.
Where his lunatic fringe son was planning attacks, and this guy fucking turned his kid in. Probably saved his kid's life by doing that.
Mm-hmm.
His kid will go to jail, but definitely stop something. The guy was trying to buy the weapons and absolutely stood behind ISIS and what they're trying to do.
And was that it was a police chief or something like that, right?
Yeah, in Boston.
And he himself was not Muslim, right?
I don't think so. But no.
So he was outside of the religion looking at his son who had taken on this religion.
Yeah.
That's probably a difference.
Maybe. Yeah, you could be right. And he was buying pressure cookers. He was inspired by the Boston Marathon attacks, and he was buying pressure cookers.
Inspired by that.
Isn't that crazy to think about?
Fucking nutbag.
And they're totally, you hear him interviewed and he's clueless about shit. It's just like this weird, like, I don't know what it is, but it's not like he's deep into the religion.
Yeah.
He's just kind of throwing out some catchphrases and words.
They thrive on those kids who are outsiders who need to be part of something.
Yeah.
They're so ripe for that.
Yeah.
Some acceptance.
No, dude, every time you say that, you're looking at the wrong person. You may even think that I'm feeble-minded, which I, of course, disagree.
Yeah, we may.
I don't know.
No, I disagree. But this idea that when you suggest that somebody is just dying to get accepted by people, that is the last person you're talking about. I couldn't give a fuck.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Shut the.
Hold on. You're the guy who sat there and said, all I want is fame, right? I want to be famous more than
that was
anything.
only for the chicks.
Yeah,
that was only for the chicks.
Yeah.
I just wanted bang chicks.
Well, what about these virgins you could get?
I don't want
72 of them.
You don't want virgins. You want chicks who know what they're doing.
I don't want. For one, I don't want no virgins, and I don't want them when I'm dead. I want them on this planet.
They could be virgin men or virgin goats.
Doesn't matter. I mean,
yes, it does matter.
Either
Virgin
one.
Females. I don't want them. Well, it doesn't matter.
You could probably
I don't want them.
Nice religion, what they think of women, that you're going to just give these asswipes 72 virgins. Like, why? So is this hell for them? Are these 72 virgins in hell?
Oh, no, Mike. What an honor. What an honor to bang
right.
this martyr, right? What a joke. Hey, Chris Stajelski, we got to mention her. Remax Suburban. If you're looking to buy or sell your own Fady Manor, call Chris Stajelski of Remax Suburban. Whether you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, or both, she will hook you up with all of your real estate needs. Check out Krista's website at kristasellshouses.com or call her anytime, day or night, 586-918-0900. kristasellshouses.com. Call her, contact her, do it.
Please. What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say, also, we got to tell you about our buddy David Helm. This following segment is brought to you by Helm Law. If you're facing criminal charges, don't become just one of the 30,000 cases for the public defender. Get real representation from Helm Law. Whether you're leaving your children in the car mouthing off to a cop or have your hands full on a bus, Helm Law will make sure that you remain out there walking amongst us. Call them at 248-679-8804 or go online at helmlawpc.com to set up your free consultation and tell them you support the Detroit Cast and you will receive 15% off.
I've talked about the Confederate flag. We've spent plenty of time talking about that. We had a black man in Mississippi, who often dresses in Confederate regalia, he's dead now in a one-car accident. And his name's 40. He's 49. His name's Anthony Hervey. He was killed when his 2005 Ford Explorer that he was driving left the roadway and overturned on Mississippi Highway 6.
Was he pushed, Mike?
Well, I don't know that. Well, it sounds like he maybe was. A passenger in his car, Arlene Barnum, says that Hervey swerved and crashed after another vehicle carrying 4 or 5 young black men pulled up alongside them, yelling at him and looking angry. So he yelled something back at the other vehicle before losing control and crashing. It spun like crazy. We flipped. It was awful. In the moments following the crash, Barnum was apparently able to post to Facebook. So I'm always weirded out by that. When people get out of burning wreckage and then immediately post on Facebook. It seems
Tweet
like
something.
Your head would be a million miles from there at that moment. But
so
it's just
don't
not.
get it.
Or even these people who want to talk to media. You've referenced that a million times. Like, oh my God, how is this mom 2 hours later talking about the death of her son? This sort of thing. It is weird. What the fuck? We all mourn in different ways, right?
I suppose. I think that's. I always just. I don't know. I always
What
just
is
think
that
it's somebody that
shock?
wants
Is
to be
it
on
someone
TV.
that's in shock in that moment? Like
No.
I get if your loved one's in hospice for 2 years and they pass and it was a big enough figure that people would be interested, and the news media shows up and they talk to you, and you've been preparing for it for months.
Yeah.
But this suddenly someone drops dead, some kid on a playground, and they're there with a camera in their face in 5 minutes, and you're talking about it.
Like, it struck me the other day. There was a plane crash, a small plane crash, maybe last week, early in the week, and it got a lot of pub. I don't think we talked about it on the show, but it was a young girl and her grandparents, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Her grandparents died. She survived. She was in the hospital, and her friend was kind of talking for her, like, oh, yeah, she's doing better, this and that. And she can't wait to talk to the media. Like,
what? She can't wait to talk.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, what are you?
Well,
You're
she's
just happy you're
16.
you're thrown into the middle of this
Thank God
story.
right.
I think they were step grandparents. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Probably does.
I'm not saying it does, but
I had a step grandma.
did you? Well, I had a step grandpa at one point.
I might have talked after her death.
Really? It wasn't mother emerging.
No,
Nana.
No.
Okay. So anyway, she ends up sending a Facebook message out. I would think you'd tweet that. Would you get more traction with a Twitter account?
Yeah, I'd go Twitter. I mean,
Yeah.
you're kind of stuck within your silo of friends on Facebook. You want to blast it, right?
Yeah, you would think you're going for exposure, and Twitter's probably the better angle.
Exposure,
exposed, erect penis.
When's that pigment trial going to start, E?
When's the fall? I don't know.
God damn it.
Is it the fall yet? We're in
I
July
love,
still.
I love how every time you say that, he asks, when's the fall?
The autumnal equinox? Are you literally asking me when that is?
When autumn is. When is
God,
autumn?
dude.
So she ends up sending a post, help, all in caps. They after us. My vehicle inside down.
And so she was hoping her Facebook friends would come to their aid.
I guess.
My vehicle,
inside down.
Inside down.
Upside down.
I don't know if she
A collection of thoughts.
shock.
I'm inside. It's down.
Inside out,
It could be spell check, gone awry,
perhaps.
gone awry.
I would think she would. I'm assuming that she meant upside down. My vehicle upside down.
Yeah.
And it changed it to inside down.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
And then she posts
Where's
again.
the U in the I, though? Let's see if that could be U close enough to the I.
I always wonder on something like this.
Yeah.
I wish I could be her. I wish I had her profile, like I was friends with her, because I'm sure they don't show
Yeah,
it on
that's
there.
what it is.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, she went to hit U, I's right next to it.
Let me see what it does on Facebook. If I do a status check on Facebook and try to write.
But I just would
I
like.
tried to do ipside and it went upside. It didn't go inside.
Let me see what happens. Okay, help. They.
But I just always wonder in this stuff,
After.
like, how many likes? Like, does it end up getting 20 likes? Like,
everybody's like,
are people liking it? Like,
sweet. Yeah, like
or the comments even. Are you okay?
right.
Whoa!
Where are you? What do you want me to do?
Right. What am I?
I'm just a Facebook friend.
By the way, personally, I like to
A
speak
tangential one at that.
exactly.
No, mine didn't.
Yeah, mine went upside. It reformatted to upside. I tried to go upside.
All right, I'm gonna post it.
Mike, people are going to be worried about you. You sure you're going to do this?
help, they after us. My vehicle inside down.
Oh.
I sent that out on Facebook.
I just liked it.
Did you?
I would, but I was kicked off Facebook.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. You haven't resolved that yet, Council?
I haven't gotten to it.
Yeah, it's on
my
the list. Yeah, of course. So after help, they after us. My vehicle inside down.
Inside down.
Yes. After that was posted, she wrote, Anthony Hervey pinned in, gas leaking.
Ooh.
So obviously she figures that people are going to understand who the hell Anthony Hervey is.
Yeah.
That he's big enough local name that it's worth spitting that out there, right? Why else would you say Anthony Hervey pinned inside down, gas leaking?
This is just curious to do over Facebook. I don't know. Maybe call 911.
Oh no. People are commenting on my.
Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, this might not have been a great idea.
Yeah. See, you've
someone wrote,
frightened some people.
I got a few likes, but yeah, I might frighten some people. So
Dude, the likes are going crazy.
Like people are going to be worried sick about you.
They think maybe Jay and I are inside down right now in a vehicle. They after us.
They after us. My vehicle inside down. You did one mistake here, probably. I'm guessing, just guessing on how she posted it. The fact that you actually have a period, 2 spaces, and these are is actual English.
No. Hers help
Really?
all caps . They capital T after us period. My with a capital M vehicle inside down period.
Okay.
So I mean, grammatically, she's spot on.
Picture upside down,
Inside down.
inside down in a freaking Explorer typing this shit.
My vehicle inside down. She wasn't particularly well acquainted with this dude, by the way. Sounds like they met at this Confederate flag rally.
Wow.
Yeah.
How romantic.
They're both flag supporters. They're both black and Confederate flag supporters. She let him drive her truck, though. I didn't know him, really. I gave him a ride to the rally. She and Hervey had been returning home on Sunday from Birmingham, Alabama, where they attended a Saturday rally to save the Lynn Park Confederate Monument. City leaders there recently voted to remove the memorial from the park. They were in her SUV, which was not displaying any Confederate flags or stickers. She had no idea whether they had been followed from Birmingham. That's what she thinks, though, that people followed them from this rally. You know, obviously there was pro and against. Hervey has drawn attention in the area. I guess he's kind of known in the area for years for opposing efforts to change the flag. He said he dressed in rebel soldier garb to honor blacks who served with the Confederacy during the Civil War. He said it was akin to standing up for home. This is not racism. This is my heritage. He was also the author of a book titled Why I Waved the Confederate Flag, written by a black man. The book's description says, what makes this book dangerous is its raw honesty. Mr. Hervey lifts the veil of black decadence at the same time he exposes the lies and political correctness of modern-day America. Sounds like a good read. Be interested. There it is, if anyone's interested.
Oh, my gosh.
The book, yeah.
Striking cover. Him in the middle, his head.
I think he's got the N-word on the cover of his book, too. A form of the N-word. It's weird the way it's written, but...
Well, he should have subscribed to your usual don't black guys always take the passenger seat when driving with black women.
Great point.
Maybe this wouldn't have happened.
Great point. Yeah. So anyway.
Hey, remember, if you are a young, attractive female teacher who's eager to brighten her students' future, by the way, I read about one over on the west side of the state, former Michigan State soccer player. I forget her name, but she pled guilty to a lesbian relationship with a 15-year-old young lady at her high
Just
school.
a lady.
At the high school that she taught at. So little wrinkle on a toy.
Wow.
A local toy.
I like it. Should we call that one, by the way? We need to call that shark lady with the
Find out about her
daughter.
Yeah, her 13-year-old
Should we try that
daughter.
again?
Sure.
All right.
Let me finish this, though.
Okay.
If you're eager to brighten your students' future or you enjoy a good beer but can't seem to find the time to fix your taillight, call Helm Law. Call my man, David Helm, at 248-679-8804 or go online at helmlawpc.com to set up your free consultation. Tell them you support the Detroitcast, and he will indeed give you 15% off. He also gives veterans 15% off.
Oh,
so
cool.
if I was a veteran listener, I would argue for 30.
That's a great point. I'm sure David's going to be thrilled you said that. Is it one coupon per visit?
I don't know. He'll have to implement that.
Yeah.
If he so chooses.
A wrinkle in there. Yeah.
If he so chooses.
Now, if he doesn't want to, he'll look like the asshole, not
yeah,
you.
Exactly.
Because you're fighting
on.
for the people.
That's right.
All right, Mick, you want to dial the
That's what I do.
I know. Well, I'm just saying, like, because you offer them 30%. Now he has to be like, oh, I don't do that.
I'm usually accused of being in support of big corporate America, but in this instance, for the people.
Oh, come on, Elise.
Answer, Elise. We need to solve this riddle, this mystery.
Hello, I'm sorry we can't take your phone call.
Yeah, don't they ever pick up the
Can we
phone?
just leave her a message, ask her?
As soon as you can. Thank you.
Hey, Elise, it's Mike and Jay.
Jay and Mike.
Calling from the Detroit cast in Michigan. And we've tried a couple times to get a hold of you. Don't mean to bother you. We were just intrigued by the shark video, obviously. I'm sure you're getting a lot of calls. Anyway, maybe we'll try you back. It was a great video. Amazing. And
you and your daughters, I think, were in that.
Yeah.
I guess you took your daughter and some of her friends to the beach, maybe.
Yeah. And help that poor
they probably
little
needed
Proops.
a ride there. So you were nice enough to transport them there.
Yeah. Not sure.
Maybe you had some time off school, over the summer.
College
break
or something. Yeah.
Junior high.
Anyway, we could try you back, and hopefully we can get just a couple minutes of your time. Just wanted to ask about that cute little shark that you guys helped out. So thanks. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.
That's all we want.
God damn it! Junior high, really? On school break from junior high? Trying to get me in trouble?
She's between 11 and 13.
Nah,
unquestionably.
Dude. 26 to 32.
Indisputably.
26 to 32.
It's absurd. You don't even believe that. You getting a lot of likes on your comment?
I am.
Yeah.
In 6 minutes, I've got 11 likes. Jeremy Walters writes, "Oh, fuck." Jeff Benson writes, "Thank goodness I'm watching this live, so I know you're okay." David Ruff, "I think you'll be okay." Jeremiah, "Should we bring baseball bats and chains to studio for one?" Ed Grabo, "Quick, get David C. Helm Law on the line." Jeff Godemi said, "Don't use Bez as shield, you son of a bitch." "Help, they're after us. My vehicle inside down."
Speaking of vehicles, super summer savings have arrived at Zott Ford. I can't talk today. In Holly. Right now, you can lease the all-new 2015 Ford F-150 Super Cab XLT 4x4 for $272 a month for just 24 months. This is not a starter base model either. This beast of a truck stickers for over $44,000 and can be yours for just $272 per month. Right now, get to Zott Ford and get one ASAP. You deserve it.
Yeah, and if you find yourself going, "Help, they're after us. My vehicle inside down," that vehicle will save your life.
That vehicle
beast.
Will stay on all four wheels.
Absolutely. And if it doesn't, for any reason, I think you'll be okay in there. I think you'll survive.
Yeah, if it doesn't for any reason, you can call Helm Law. So
there you go. Perfect. We got you covered on everything. Hey, wedding videos.
Yes.
Have you ever found the image?
It's on the list.
It's on the list of things to do.
Yeah.
I'm dying to see it. I was there with you dancing with the napkin.
Yeah.
And but I'd love to still see an image of it.
It's on the list.
We have a lot of people.
Did I tell you about our video? You were aware of this, where we had the guy videotape. It was a buddy of Gab's brother, worked for a Japanese company, and do you remember?
Yes, very good.
Yeah. And so he had a ton of these Japanese friends, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, this is really stereotypical, but he asked one of them to film our wedding, right?
Yeah.
And so the dude brings his video camera, and I don't know if it was lost in translation or he was just trying to be funny or overly inclusive.
He filmed it all in Japanese.
He filmed the entire thing from him getting in the car. He put it on the dashboard, filmed him driving over, filmed him getting out of the car. He filmed the freaking whole day.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was back in the day of the cassette.
Yeah, you're changing the tapes.
Yeah. So
how many tapes did he give you at the end of it?
I don't remember. It was like, thank you, Yoshi.
Yeah. Wow.
Or whatever.
I guess that's kind of cool, though.
Yoshi.
As time goes on,
you kind of have more. Yeah, you have more behind the scenes sort of stuff that a real videographer would have just glossed over
and blown out. Imagine 50 years from now, though, how cool it'll be to see what cars were on the road at the time. Like that'll be a cool thing to have.
Think about that.
It's
when
funny.
you're dead, your kids can watch that, Jay, and they can see what it's like.
50 years, I'm gonna be alive and well, man.
50?
Yeah.
I'll be dead by 30 years, but you'll still be going.
I actually just I just heard a thing recently. I forget where the study, but they were talking about health and projections. It was on WJR, so I think it was probably pretty more relevant than like a 96.3 in the morning or something. Anyway,
I would think
they suggested that
they're reporting on news, right?
Well, nobody was on a show. It wasn't on the news part. It was a show on. Anyway, they were suggesting that they think that people in their 40s right now, based on how health, our advancements in health and stuff, could live to 140 to 2100.
What?
That's what they said.
No
way. That's what they said. He thinks they
could you see me living to 140? I don't even want to live to 140.
This is based on
I don't want to live to 100.
I get it, Mike, but this is based on the average. The people that the average person that
are you considering Jay to be the average 40-year-old?
You're fringe, dude. You're way fringe.
Yeah, I'm more like a 70-year-old right now.
Yeah,
right.
probably.
I'm talking about people that somewhat have activities in their life.
You look like a 70-year-old.
Thank you.
Anyway, that's what I said. He said there was a sign on there saying that he projected that people living in their 40s right now have chances to live to 2100.
There's also a scientist out there or a doctor out there who thinks he can do a head removal.
I was going to say the exact same thing.
I get it.
Straight out of Stockton.
Speaking of limb removals and shit, did you see that one crazy dude in China got his hand cut off and doctors resolved to put it on his leg to give the right circulation and all that shit while it recovered, like while tendons and nerves recovered. So my man had his hand sewn upon his calf, essentially.
What are there different veins going to the leg that it wouldn't work on your arm?
It must be better circulation.
I think these doctors are fucking with him.
Yeah.
We put it on the calf. Very, very good for you. Better chance of survival on calf.
They had a good laugh about it. Look at that thing, dude.
You give yourself a foot massage.
I guess it's more ankle than calf, but
that looks weird.
Yeah. That looks like Dr. Frankenstein shit.
Wow.
Man's
did it
hand
work?
grafted on the ankle. Yeah, it did work.
It did?
Yeah.
So he's got a hand on his foot now for good?
They put it back on his arm, his wrist, if you will.
They did?
And they said he has some feeling. So
you go home, don't jack off for a good 6 a month.
Well,
look at that. That looks so weird. Oh, that looks weird.
You guys ever wake up with just a huge hand fall asleep in the middle of the night, like you're laying up, and it feels like a dummy, right? It feels like a million
You ever
pounds.
lift it up and drop it on yourself?
Dude.
And it's
bizarre.
Bang you, man.
It's like a big rubber hand. It's like that friggin' fisting hand you have in the package over there.
Here's my man.
At first, doctors thought they could not save it, but they grafted the hand to the man's ankle.
That looks so weird.
While his injured arm healed. Last week, they reattached the hand to his arm. Doctors say the surgery went well, and they are optimistic the man will regain full use of his right hand.
He looks okay with it.
Yes, the ends justify the means.
Oh, Jesus. Dumb. What a dumb closing remark.
Was that written for her, do you think, or did she just add that?
She might have added the last thing.
Justify the means.
I really hope it was written and she just, whatever, I'm reading the teleprompter, as opposed to she thought that was a little clever. I'll throw this in at the end.
So back to the wedding. We were talking about yours, but we got a couple, some newlyweds here.
I love when shit goes awry at weddings. That shit is funny, man. I love when people fall. Number one, like in any capacity, wedding or not. Old people or kids better. It can be anything. Probably older people, adults. I love to see fall. Like it just, I cannot not laugh when I see someone fall.
I can't either. I know it's terrible.
Gab has always thought I'm just a monster in that regard. But
it's so funny. Dude. Someone falling, someone tripping like in public. You're at the mire, if you're just doing something else and someone just well, I don't know, wherever, it could be downtown.
Falling. I don't like it just cracks me.
Merck has video of me wiping out on skates.
Oh, I love that wipe out. I love it.
I told him to send it to us, and he hasn't.
Inline skating. I remember playing that exact game. And you're doing like the trying to save yourself.
Well, that's what makes it so funny. Is when people wipe out, they're always trying to like save themselves.
If he just went down, it'd be like, oh, he fell.
Yeah,
but you're.
It was the first time I'd been on inline skates, and we were playing hockey. I figured having a hockey stick, I can
the best
balance
way to
myself.
learn.
Yeah. And boy, I got out of control quick and bit it hard, and it was on film. God damn it! But hopefully that video doesn't exist anymore.
No, it does. I'm sure. I'll find it.
Yeah, Mark says he's got it. So this couple, they haven't identified him yet. I'm sure they will soon. But they did one of these like rehearsed things. Like they're gonna come in like, let's announce the new couple. Say hello to Mr. and Mrs. Asshole, and they come running in. And they're going to do some sweet dance on the dance floor in front of the guests, and everybody's, woo, look at the happy couple. And you can see how it goes here for them.
They're prancing in.
Hell yeah.
She's got her bouquet above her head.
He can't wait to get his jacket off.
Here he goes.
Time to dance, bitches.
All right, she's making her way onto the floor.
Here he comes. Backflip time.
Oh, shit. Oh, back handspring.
Everything's okay, right? Everything's okay.
Oh.
She's out.
She's out. He tried to pick her up and dropped her.
Oh my god,
dude! What do you do? Double back handspring?
I think he does a cartwheel into a backflip.
Okay, she's facing away from him. Oh, damn it!
Direct shot, head to the foot, or foot to the head, and then look, he picks her up. He's still trying to dance when he picks her up, and she just crashes again.
Takes her down. Wham! Hits the floor hard. Down come the Mylar.
Oh my! What was he supposed to be doing? Was he supposed to go over her?
I think to the side of her.
She's not supposed to be there. One of them missed their cue.
Yeah. Wow. He's got to feel like such an asshole.
Yeah.
What happens the rest of the night?
You're right. He is still trying to dance. He's
still
doing
trying to,
bobbing up and down.
Everything's cool. She's fine.
Yeah,
she's fine.
Boom!
Direct foot to the back of the head.
Play it again. Do you see this? Like these chandelier, these flowers fall down too over here.
See how the guests react. Oh, dude.
If you could, dude, I'm sorry. If you and I were at that wedding, we would have been in tears, literally tears at a table.
Hell yeah. By the way, when you see people, saw people filming it before the thing. You already saw people, already. When are you going to show that? You're going to on your iPhone or whatever you're going to say. When are you going to watch the video? You're
going to send it to the happy couple. You're doing them a service here.
Oh, are you?
Yes.
On your cell phone.
That's what people want. They want pictures of themselves in that moment.
Yeah.
So they want it. Look, dude, I got your picture. You dancing. Check it out. Text it to them.
Put on Facebook so-and-so's wedding.
Thanks a lot, man. This is a cool angle. Me doing that.
I didn't have that.
But I got
is that good news for a wedding, though? Because all of a sudden, that's an infamous wedding. That night,
well, I have a question.
When she recovers from a concussion at some point,
as long as she's not concussed.
And even if she is, I think it's still worth it to be able to go, oh, yeah, we were the couple. We made international news at one point because
she definitely missed her mark, dude.
I think she did. She starts hopping to the left, and then I think she took one or two steps too far to the right.
How could they not anticipate the need to hit your mark?
Yeah, it's critical.
He's flying through the air.
Yeah.
I just have a question. Do you think does the party continue? I mean,
hell yeah.
I mean, there's still
it's just getting started.
Yeah, the alcohol's already paid for. Dinner's being served. Absolutely.
I mean, I'm gonna,
people just grabbed a drink to sit down for that introduction. They're dying to get back to the bar.
Some guy just gave an amazing prayer before dinner, and then boom, this happens. Yeah. Oh, I love it. I could watch that video 1,000 times.
It looked like it was possibly an all Asian wedding. Did you see the guys?
I didn't. Where did it? They didn't say where this is from or who they are.
It just looked to me by the couple guests I was able to.
They didn't look Asian to me. Oh, maybe she is. Oh no, you might be right.
Hold on, slow it down.
They are. What a call!
Yeah. See the guests?
Yep.
So we had. Wow.
Damn it! Oh. I'm very sorry, kicking your head. I was doing a simple backflip and landed on the wife.
Pretty small wedding.
That's just way too. How dumb, honestly. I think the whole idea of what they're even if it went good, I think it's stupid.
Well, here's the thing too: is everybody who's there is a guest, friend of.
Right.
They all know you can do this shit.
Yeah.
He's probably like in some circus or some dumb shit or was a gymnast. Like they all know you can pull that shit off. If you were like and you did that would be like, holy fuck! Oh my god, he did a back handspring! He nailed it!
Right.
That would be badass. But this dude, he does this shit on the beach all the time. Check me out.
That guy that always has to do backflips off shit.
Mine, I'd probably come in on a motorized scooter. Just kind of slowly wheel in. The basket on front. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. But I was thinking this almost the same thing, that you're trying too hard to show off at your own wedding.
Yeah. It's like dude, it's your wedding. You don't need to show off. You're the guy.
Yeah. Anyway, I love that video. Why don't we take a quick time out, do we have to do any reads before we do?
We're good right now.
All right, we'll come back and we'll
announce the Red Bull winners. For the VIP passes.
Yeah, and we'll try to read some of the race stories too.
Correct.
And we got plenty more to do as well. We'll get to it all next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hey there, it's Steve Gabarra, the general manager at Zott Ford in Holly. Summer's in full swing, and so are the incredible deals at Zott Ford. Right now, you can lease the amazingly fuel-efficient 2015 Ford Focus at only $148 a month for 24 short months. Or if you're looking for something a little larger and with a touch more luxury, come lease the 2016 Ford Fusion for just $158 for only 24 months. Friends, if you've been shopping around, you already know these are incredible deals. And much like our Michigan summers, they won't last for long. So hurry into Zott Ford at I-75 and exit 98 to take advantage of a Focus for just $148 or a Fusion for $158 right now. And if you mention the Proops sent you, we'll throw in an autographed TDC shirt and hat. Check out our zany deals and our massive inventory at ZottFord.com.
Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
Welcome back to a Tuesday edition of the Detroit Cast with Mike and Jay. And
Mike, we have 2 winners.
We do. I'm
2.
excited. I'm actually really excited for this this event, the Red Bull GRC at Belle Isle over the weekend. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's weird. I was at Belle Isle over the weekend.
Really?
And yeah. I've never seen so many Glad bags in all my life.
What do you mean by that, Mike?
Well, you know what I mean by that. There were walking grimaces on the beach. On the beach.
That's not fun.
Dude, imagine taking your wife to the beach and she is in head to toe Glad bag.
That sucks.
Like little ones playing in the water, and there you are.
Part of the best thing about being on the beach this weekend was looking at Gab's ass.
Absolutely.
Huh.
I could see how that would be fun. Now, imagine if it was completely covered up head to toe because nobody else can see her.
Yeah. He's not good.
Yeah, not good at all.
Well, we have 2 winners of our meme contest.
So I was shocked. I was like, dude, they're a week out from this event. They're
no sign of anything.
There was no sign. I mean, it was thriving. I couldn't believe how many people were there barbecuing, tons of families barbecuing, doing the beach thing.
Are we in full like
out.
state park mode now where they right? They've got the state police patrolling it. And do you have to pay to get on?
No, you don't. But I figured it would take them a week to haul in all that dirt for the track. I didn't even know if it'd be open, but it was. And
they didn't cancel it on us, did they, Mike?
No, they haven't canceled on us.
Still a go.
It is still a go. And apparently they can, in 3 days,
transform it.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't wait to find out what this special thing is Rachel's trying to do.
I know that she's trying to do. That's the key. We might not even get to do the hot lap. We don't know yet. So, but anyway, yeah, as you said, we had the meme contest.
We did have the meme contest. The Detroit Cast logo and Red Bull logo and number of retweets. And we have a runaway winner overall. Andy JS. So at Andy JS got 24 retweets.
Not bad.
With me running with the bulls, being gored by a bull.
That was awesome.
By a Red Bull, if you will.
A Red Bull, if you will. Very nicely done. And then
so he's a winner.
He is a winner of 2 VIP tickets. So,
hey, Poos! God damn it!
What the hell did the Poos do?
You dropped a nut on the ground.
I didn't drop any nut.
You dropped a shell.
Whatever, dude. Who
Oh,
cares?
she's dumb enough to eat a freaking nut.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Poos, get over here.
Screw it, E. Let her eat it.
She dropped it. Jesus Christ!
It's almost over, E. This is the last night of the Poos.
Thank God.
Yeah.
She's trying to go out and make a name for herself.
Ugh, gross.
Lay down.
So then we have, let's see.
She spit it out. She didn't like that.
See, this is one that when I first saw what this gentleman did, what did this gentleman do?
My word, what did this young gentleman do?
When I saw what this gentleman did, I thought it was folly. I thought it was foolhardy.
Mm-hmm.
He split his vote, essentially. He did the same meme, but he did it with 2 different logos. And so he pushed one out that got retweeted, and then he pushed another one out that got retweeted. It's like, dude, what are you thinking, AA Ron? What are you thinking, AA Ron?
Right, exactly.
But he did it. He still prevailed.
Wow.
With an overall 20, if you put them together, it's 24. If you count the highest one separately, it's 13 plus 11 favorites. So comes in second, AA Ron, our buddy AA Ron getting 2 VIP tickets.
All right, cool. And both of them revolve around the king. I'm not saying it was rigged in any way.
Yeah, he put, I find ye Red Bull both delicious and refreshing. The crowd is spoken! Order!
And he's got a picture of the king
behind
a desk.
Yeah.
Well, behind, I don't know if I call that, what you call that really, Jay?
The bench.
Yeah, the bench. Yeah, that's not a desk.
He's atop the bench. The king.
Yeah.
Atop the bench.
So anyway, thanks everybody for doing that.
Yeah, and we'll do the email giveaway contest here at the end with our regular email time. But
yeah,
cool memes. Good work, everybody. Thank you for churning that. And getting it out.
It was good for us that are new to the Twitterverse, trying to sort of make it, like get some activity going on it because we just haven't focused that much on Twitter.
Yeah.
So it's our first kind of foray into that world.
Yeah. Speaking of computers, Mike, the Amazon link. If you go to our website, DetroitCast.com, there you will find a link to Amazon. Please click it. Shop as you normally do on Amazon. They give us a bit of a kickback. It helps out the show. So definitely use that.
I'm going to strangle this Proops.
This Proops sucks.
It's her last day. Put her blanket up there, E. She doesn't like to lay on anything if it doesn't have a blanket down.
There you go.
Don't just throw it on a
You
Proops.
just go
Throw it on the couch. Come on. She's spoiled.
Yeah, she is, isn't she?
Now get up here, you cunt.
Finally, he admits it after how many months?
Look at that happy Poops. Hi,
Go
Proops.
lick your box, Proops.
Fuck you, Proops.
Wow, E is really the disdain.
Proops doesn't even know what she
It's
did.
palpable.
I don't even know what I did. Why is everyone looking at me? Look at that Proops last day
A
here.
room full of dudes with headphones on staring at the Proops.
She's just got
She's
that head
confused.
down like, what?
Confused.
What?
It's the Proops.
Who's got food? Anyway, God, terrible story out of Bloomfield Township.
Yeah.
Did you see this? Holy
Did.
shit. Bloomfield Township woman crushed to death yesterday after she was pinned by a motorized parking lot gate at a tool and die shop in Commerce Township.
Whoa,
This sounds
shit, where?
This sounds exactly like the gate you had to you swipe your card to get in at Riff.
Yeah.
Sounds like, picture that.
Big black metal thing that, yeah.
I think where this is. Kind of
An employee, it was at the 8100 block of Richardson Road.
Huh.
You familiar with that, E?
no.
Like a 7 or 8 foot gate that opens, closes with the swipe of the card.
Yeah,
or
you
the-
just pull up and swipe your card and it automatically opens. An employee said he discovered his employer, the 63-year-old woman, dead. It appears the victim had been at work the previous evening, had reached through the chain link fence gate using keys to activate the gate and had become trapped between the gate and the electric box.
Betwixt?
Yeah, betwixt the gate and the box. The sheriff's office said in a release that the gate normally opens automatically, but it didn't, and that is when she reached through to open it with a key. She somehow got pinned between the
Betwixt?
gate.
What an asshole.
Yeah, I know. You're just. She got pinned between the moving gate and the fixed portion of the fence near the electrical
Did she
box.
try to do an Indiana Jones?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. You don't,
I've done that with this type of gate,
well,
too.
I've done that with a garage door,
Yeah.
but never with a friggin' gate that's not going to jump back.
Well, I
with a
thought those
motion
gates
sensor.
are supposed to jump
Yeah.
back.
I
mean, it
reckon
sounds like-
there's probably a lawsuit coming.
Yeah.
A little bit of contributory negligence, perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah. The fire department had to partially disassemble the gate to extract her. Jesus.
God, dude, imagine that you come to work and this happened the day before.
Yeah.
Oh, you find your boss.
Yeah. Her vehicle was parked with the driver door open and the engine running.
Damn.
Cause of death ruled asphyxiation by compression.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah. What a nightmare. So terrible story. Anyway.
Well, speaking of cars running, Transit, Bob Walters.
You're a monster.
Well, I mean, got to move on.
Heck of a segue.
That's why they call me the king of the Segway.
Yeah.
Let me introduce the all-new 2015 Ford Transit Connect van.
Transit, Bob Walters.
Ford is back in the minivan business, and they're back with a vengeance.
Why are you calling me at work? I'm busy. What? What is it? What? Seriously, what do you want?
More money, Dad. With a best-in-class fuel economy of 30 miles per gallon, the new Transit Connect van can be configured and customized more than any minivan on the market. Plus, all this comfort, convenience, and luxury can be had for only $195 per month at Zott Ford and Holly. What would you normally call your dad at work for? I would rarely call my dad.
Me
but
too.
It definitely had something to do with money. Like, can I go to this? And if I do, would you be able to cover it?
Yeah.
You know, that
I don't know. There were probably only a handful of times I did, but it was always met with, you're not supposed to call this line unless it's an emergency.
Yeah.
So what is it?
Yeah.
It's like, Jay and I were thinking about going out this weekend, with Derek and stuff, and just wanted to make sure it was cool.
Yeah. If maybe
we took your car, and what time are you gonna be home? Can we take the van?
Could you bring home a Transit?
Can you bring home a Transit this weekend?
And that was back in the day when they were like prototype shit, right?
Oh yeah,
Bob was cutting edge.
Yeah,
Bob was bringing that shit over from Europe, and like, you know,
and it looked weird, but he wouldn't dare let us touch it.
Yeah, he was
absolutely
retrofitting it to, you know, U.S. standards.
Yes.
Yeah, $195 a month, all the comfort, convenience, and luxury at Zot Ford and Holly. It's time to dump that antiquated, outdated grocery getter and jump into the all-new Ford Transit Connect minivan at Zot Ford. Hurry down to Zot Ford at I-75 and exit 98. They are much closer than you think. They actually really are.
Yeah.
You know, they're not that far, just north of Great Lakes Crossing.
Yeah.
So everybody's been out there.
And they'll take good care of you. I know you were away this weekend, so I don't know how much news you kept up on, but the whole Donald Trump stepped in it a little bit.
Yeah, you couldn't help but hear about that for sure.
Took on John McCain. And we talked about it last night.
What a goofy ass thing to do. I don't know, man. Like, we talked about this, that's just his nature and that's what he's going to do. And it's sort of like the fun of him. And it's the cool thing about him is he'll just say whatever.
Yeah.
But what a dumb, like,
to call John McCain who was a prisoner of war, not a hero.
Yeah.
And as I said, we've talked about a lot of this, but the problem with Donald Trump is that he thinks he's smarter and better than anybody at all times, and he can't take criticism at all. He probably hasn't had anybody tell him no for 30 plus years.
Yeah.
And so what you'll find with Donald Trump, and this isn't breaking news, but he can't take it if someone throws shit at him. He can't let that roll. He's got to respond. And so when McCain last weekend took shots at him when Trump drew 15,000 people to that center in Phoenix
McCain
for a
called
rally,
them crazies, right?
Yeah, he called them crazies. Oh yeah, he's got the fringe group of crazies that are coming out to support him. Well, Trump hears that, and it's like he's going to go for a kill shot. And what could be more of a kill shot to a John McCain than going, hero, my ass. He wasn't much of a hero.
Yeah, my heroes don't get captured. Like, really, dude? Really?
Yeah. So, but people are up in arms, and it's so funny. You see the political machine and all the different people like seeing that this is their moment to pile on Trump and
seize now.
Yeah. And so everybody across the board is like, oh yeah, he's done. I mean, he can't even, he should just remove himself from running.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wouldn't you love that? Wouldn't you love that? How cool would that be for you to have this absolute monster nuisance out of the way?
Don't worry, he will be. He'll keep stepping in it just like this, because that's the problem. He's a smart dude, obviously, in what he does, but he's not smart politically.
Yeah.
And you have to have some sense of that if you're going to navigate this. I get it. We don't want the regular politician.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool to hear him speak his mind, that sort of thing, but you have to be savvy in some regard.
Yeah. But I think the underlying thing is that's kind of his appeal, is that, you know, he's not going to be that guy. And
but you cannot be that guy and still be smart and savvy in the way that you move around things.
Yeah.
Because
but
I heard
sword?
today, though, dude, this is the most troubling to me, not what he said, but how he danced. He danced worse than any politician I heard.
Yeah.
Trying to avoid answering the question that I think it was O'Reilly was asking him today.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Donald. You're not saying that he's not a hero. Well, you know, so-and-so who analyzed my speech right after said that I said things that were exactly true. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Just answer if you're such a straight shooter, just answer the question like a straight shooter does and go, yeah, you know what? That was kind of stupid to say. I was somewhat joking.
Yeah. It's kind of a cheap shot. I honestly, it was probably a little babyish of me. I was kind of pissed off.
But he's unable to do that because, like you said, that's ego.
Yeah.
And that ego will be his downfall.
Yeah. And you've said that from day one. And I think we all know that. I go back to the fact that I just absolutely love having someone in this mix where you've got these people who make it their career mission to get to this level. And you've talked about that before. It's like, dude, you couldn't pay me. There's not a dollar amount you could pay me to get myself in that mix.
Yeah.
Or want to. And I totally agree. There's no way that I'd want every
scrutinized like that. Every single word you say.
Yeah.
You're
Twisted
and tiptoeing around. You're walking the party line. You're
trying to be perfect and try to
awful.
display this family is what a nightmare. And that, I think there's a lot of people in this country who despise that, who despise the whole system of that. And it all goes to the PC thing, like, trying to act like you've never done wrong in your life, but it's just not real. It's not reality in any way. So I think there's something really, I'm not dumb enough to think that Donald Trump is going to be the president of the United States. Not in any way. I just love the idea of this this guy who doesn't need your money. He doesn't need to dance for your money. He doesn't give a shit. And it's like he's going to come in and just wrecking ball through this whole process. And that, to me, is very appealing. Like just going, yeah, go fuck yourself with the PC shit. I don't need your money. So I'm here. Get used to it. People are like, well, are you going to go away now that you've really stepped into this time? He's like, yeah, go fuck yourself. I don't need to dance for your money. And no, I'm not going anywhere. And so they're constantly polling to see how these guys are trending, how they're doing. And, the early reports are in. They did like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and he stepped in it on Saturday. And so the early reports that have come in are only really half of what it will look like if this had an effect. But it shows that it so far hasn't had any effect. Now that could change.
By the time they poll next time, this will sort of blown over, right?
Maybe. But it'll just be more ammo for people to constantly come to. You'll be hearing people refer to this like crazy. I don't know if this will take over
the Mexican thing. They're constantly just churning that.
Exactly.
Now there will be a number of these things, and they'll churn them, and eventually he'll be shown to be a kook and unelectable.
Well, it's what you said too. His ego is what will not allow him. And the problem with him too is, there's a team of guys around him that are preparing his remarks and are, they'll bullet point things for him. And he goes up there and he's just like, yeah, fuck it. And he throws the speech and then he just rambles for 20 minutes. And you just can't keep that up for too long. He's going to continue to do this type of thing.
Not when you're not naturally politically savvy. And he's not, dude.
No, not in any way.
Again, probably a smart guy in what he does. It's undeniable how much money he's made. So he's got to know what he's doing in terms of real estate and so forth. But you gotta be smarter than that politically. And he probably has handlers who are, and who could navigate through this shit. But like you say, his ego throws it aside. But what's interesting is all these dudes are ego driven. I don't think any of these guys who are elected these high offices don't have enormous egos. But this is an ego of a different sort, right? Where you just can't take any counsel or direction, it seems like. And he's just, what did you say? Like back in the day, you put together montages of him talking, and it's like he can't go 10 seconds without saying Trump.
And people will remember this. Like I used to watch Larry King every night just because Larry King was such a fuck up. He was such an utter train wreck that no matter what his conversation was, he'd talk to a guy, and he talked to some guy that was skateboarding in one of those big half pipes, and one of those ones where you shoot yourself 30 feet in the air and then you come down. And this guy
understand what it was.
Well, this guy missed it. He was 30 feet up in the air and he got disconnected from his board and he wiped out. It was a huge wipeout. And Larry King's interviewing this 20-year-old kid who's a skateboarding savant, and he's like, tell me, how important is the board to what you're doing? He's asking a skateboarder how important the board is.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's how totally clueless, out of touch he is. He's just like, oh, who we having on today? Skateboarder. Well, how important is the board to what you do on a day?
How about asking,
it's like, how important is the microphone to what you do, shithead? Really?
Right.
Jerry Seinfeld, when he was talking to Seinfeld and about he didn't even know what the show was or something. Talking about the idea of going off.
You got this little sitcom, do you, Jerry?
Yeah, how's it going? And he's like,
number one.
We were number one for 10 years. Have you not heard of my show? And he's like, oh, of course I have. So, but Trump was on there, and I swear to God, he was on for 15 minutes, and everything that Donald Trump says is poll worthy. You could pull all of it, and that's what I did. I just put a montage together. It was probably 5 minutes long of him going, oh yeah, Trump National Resort. It's the greatest golf course in the world. I mean, it really, ask anybody, they'll tell you it's the greatest golf course in the world. And then it's just everything he said. It's like, oh yeah, my son's going to this college. It's the greatest college for
comical. How does he do that with a straight face?
I don't know. And it got to the point where it went, the montage that I put together was so long, we didn't even play it all. It was so obnoxious and over the top that it was like, he can't really be serious right now.
Well, I remember on The Apprentice when he introduced that bottled water. Remember, Trump water, and they're all for one, at least a season or part of the season, they're all drinking from this Trump water. No idea if it exists now.
Yeah,
but he was purporting that this was like the greatest, finest water on the planet Earth.
Yeah,
like, shut up, dude. You have no friggin' idea. You just threw your name on that.
Yeah,
bullshit.
Right, it's better. Yeah, dude. That's insane. Just bottled water.
Trump water. All right, he still sells it. Excellent. Trump natural spring water.
I'd like to know where that really comes from.
Imagine somebody pitching that to him. Donald, we want to get you in the water business.
Yeah.
It's a $18 trillion business every year, Donald.
You need to be a part of this. Yeah, he's a piece of work. But I honestly, I hope he sticks in there. It definitely makes it more interesting. No doubt about it. Speaking of ego, North Korea. Voters in North Korea's local elections, these people, they showed massive lines of these people just dying to go vote for Yoon. And the women dress up and they dance and the guys all wear suits. It is so pathetic. They have one candidate to choose from.
So excited about him.
The state-controlled election saw a 99.97% voter turnout on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Who was the 0.1 who didn't vote?
Some old lady who couldn't get out of bed.
You think she's still alive now? Whoever the
gun to her head.
Like she's literally sitting at
no, they have mobile ballot vote boxes for those people that can't get out. But I think it's like defectors. Like there's a handful of people who are like, fuck it, and they bolted.
Well, that must be very embarrassing to them to not have 100% voting.
Yeah, probably.
What's our percentage,
25, maybe 30. They get 30.
Brutal.
They're like, oh, numbers are higher than they've been in 20 years.
It's so brutal.
Yoon did show up to cast his vote.
Oh,
so who did he vote for?
I don't know. We'll have to wait till they release that. But he voted in Pyongyang. Very good. The elections were Mr. Kim's first at a local level since he inherited the position in 2011.
What a charade.
Why even try?
You know why? Because it's under the guise of we have a democratic process.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we're all playing along with this. By the way, in 2011, the last elections before he came into the mix, their turnout then was 99.97%. The exact same. Amazing.
Wow. Could you imagine actually these people having to do it? Like they have to go vote knowing who they're like, it's not even like they're just going there.
Yeah, they're just shaking their heads like what the fuck?
Yep.
They elected
do it, they're gonna shoot me in the head.
Kim Jong-un.
They elected 28,116 representatives that year as deputies without a single vote of opposition.
It's such a charade. Why even bother though? You have one box to check. There's no opponent. It's not even a.
It just goes.
Oh, democracy. No, dude, you have one box to check.
Well, you cannot vote, but
no,
it's an act of treason. So you could literally, this is one of those things that could get you thrown into jail. What do they call that? Where they'll do it for years?
This is it. This is the voting ballot. It's just his name and a box, and then it's just check or
but
no check.
But they document all the people as they vote, so they're able to keep tabs on people and see if people have moved around where they're not supposed to. I mean, it's ridiculous. So there's more to this vote than just like the illusion of an election.
Yeah.
So as I said, acts of treason. So if that's one of those things where you go to jail and then your kids go to jail and their kids go to jail, or born in jail and then they stay in jail their whole lives.
Damn it.
One of those deals. Ballot papers only present one candidate to choose from. Act of treason, as I said, is an effort of them to appear democratic, but also an opportunity for the government to see if any established names are absent and to oust any dissident behavior. What a mess, man. But anyways, it got a good turnout.
Speaking of dissident behavior, you could have a Jelski this weekend, and guess what?
I'll be there. If there's a real action live Jelski, I'm in.
Live Jelski, full action, full on Jelski, and then Krista Jelski, our friend from Remax Suburban, will clean your house as long as you're putting up for sale.
Yeah.
The real estate market is hot right
Key
now.
thing there, by the
You
way.
can't just be calling her up and like, I
Yeah.
had a blowout last night.
Call her anytime.
Call her at 3 a.m. Oh man,
Yeah, are you the cleaning lady from the Detroit Cast?
Yeah.
No, I'm a realtor, you asshole.
Realtor.
Chris Stajelski, the real estate market is hot right now. Chris Stajelski of Remax Suburban will get your home sold fast. And as a gift to TDC listeners, Krista will pay for your whole house to be cleaned before it hits the market. Check out Krista's website at kristasellshouses.com or call her anytime at 586-918-0900. Please call Krista.
Did you see that Texas lady that gave birth in her car?
I didn't see. I saw just the thing that you pulled. I didn't watch the video.
Do you want to?
I don't even want to watch it, really.
Birds are so, unless it's your own, I don't know that I want to see this.
I don't think this has anything to do with you. So
maybe I don't want to see it.
Maybe. But she does pull her pants down, E.
I don't care. Yeah,
I
but
mean,
look what's about to happen.
Yeah. It's if you haven't seen this video, and you probably have, it's been going around all day yesterday and today. But this Texas woman giving birth on the passenger seat of the family car. Baby boy pops out in 4 minutes. Lesia Pettijohn. Seems like an odd name. Lesia. Lesia Pettijohn and her husband John were on their way to the Bay Area Birthing Center in Pasadena when her water broke about 10 minutes from the facility. So John has a GoPro with him. So he's supposed to be in the hospital room as she's giving birth with the GoPro. And he smartly just throws it on his hip and just holds it up as it's going down.
He has the wherewithal to do this.
Yeah.
While driving.
This is their third kid. This almost happened to you, by the way, didn't it?
Yeah.
You've told the story about
driving to the hospital. Almost had the sweet pie on the side of the road. Had to change routes and go to a different hospital.
Now, would you have stopped if Gab was like, "Oh my God, I see head"?
I wouldn't have sat there filming it on my GoPro.
You wouldn't have, because he kept driving.
No,
you would have.
I would have absolutely stopped, called 911, and then delivered the sweet pie.
Go ahead and hit play.
I'm not going to watch this, by the way.
Why?
I think
you don't see anything.
He can't stand the idea of a vagine.
Why can't I hear anything?
I just think it's. I think
God, she looks massively pregnant.
Yeah, she does.
Oh,
you know, from that view, it's just like
45 minutes already. Where are they going to? Where do they live?
Yeah, probably
it's California traffic, man.
She's in Texas. I know they said Pasadena and Bay Area Hospital, but
Texas traffic, dude. You know how that is.
You know, I understand filming.
So when she pulled down her pants, Mike.
She starts wailing. Go ahead. Yeah, go up to about there. There you go.
I don't know if I can do it.
Oh, you can do it. You can do it.
Oh my
You got
God,
this.
Gross.
It's coming out.
Stop screaming. Settle down. What a drama queen. God, settle down.
Oh, the dad's helping her pull her pants down,
Yeah.
dude.
Why does he
Unbuckling her
pull over
seatbelt.
at this point? That's what I don't understand. If
Seriously.
it's this far along, it's happening. Stop it! Stop screaming!
Relax. Go to your
Oh,
happy
here you
place.
Go. Here you go. Pants coming down, E. God, you're scaring the baby. Settle down, lady.
Yeah, people will get mad at us for yelling at the lazy baby.
Yeah. You get out of that vagine! You get out of that vagine this minute!
Wow, pregnancy looks awesome.
What a gift, huh?
Yeah.
We got a baby.
If I were
Look at
sick,
this.
I would never get pregnant.
That was it, dude. She didn't even push.
Look at it! Oh, I'd throw it out the window. Throw it out the window!
Gross.
It's hideous.
Holy shit, man. She just pulls it from her loins.
Whoa! It's purple!
Ah,
Oh,
you had an
throw it out the
alien. You had an
window.
alien. That's
Throw it out the
defective.
window!
He's breathing.
Out the window!
Breathing. But hold him upside down, babe. Hold him
Shut
upside
up.
down.
Hold him upside down,
Yeah,
babe.
babe.
on the
Thanks, babe. Good work, babe.
Fuck up.
Paddle his little bottom, babe.
Oh my God. She just pulled this
We
thing
did
out of
it.
her
High
vagina.
five, babe.
We did it.
He keeps saying babe. What a pussy.
We
Sorry.
did it.
God, she wrecked
Yeah,
that
he's a
seat,
pussy,
man.
Mickey. You're right.
Oh, looks like there's a towel
You're giving
down.
me a look like that.
Not very safe. Where's the child carrier?
Yeah, she's not even wearing a seatbelt.
Yeah, just aim its head right at the dash. You don't have to stop fast.
That'd be awesome if all of a sudden you had
Airbag,
that.
take that kid right apart.
Looks like there's a trash can right there in the center console. I'm not just saying. there.
Are we going to enjoy the placenta as well? Where's that?
Yeah, what's going on with the cord right now? What's going on here in this process?
It's upper vagine attached to the placenta.
No! Is that why she can't chuck that thing out the window? Because she's attached to
Yeah.
it?
Why
Just
are
be
her
kind of
just go
dangling behind?
Thwap, thwap,
Against the side
thwap
of the car?
against the door.
Why are her pants still down?
So I wonder if we still
Yeah,
have
she's got
to,
no
pay
interest
for
in pulling
using
her
birth
pants.
center.
It's a good one, John.
Oh, what a fucking... This guy sounds like a loser to me.
It's his third kid, first boy. I don't think they knew what was coming either. Because they're like, oh my God, it's a boy.
Here's the thing. I
It's got a noose.
get
Dude, that thing
filmed.
just fell out of her.
Yeah.
She just like screamed once and pulled a baby from it.
Yeah, it just kind
Wow.
of slipped out of that thing.
Yeah.
I get filming it because I know people film their birth of their children.
I
really,
honestly
I don't.
don't.
I don't really get it because
Yeah.
I don't really get when you're gonna go watch it. I don't understand who would want.
I don't want anyone else like kind of seeing that.
But
You know, like, hey, Mike, check out Gab. Like, yeah.
No, thanks.
But I'll just say I can.
That's honestly a video I would turn down anyways. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be interested in seeing Gab
Right.
like that.
But I'll give it to people that they might film it in the hospital, whatever. But I just over and over again the mom that talks on the news after her whatever.
E, how do you go viral if you don't film it? Come on.
Why? Well, that was going to be my point. Why does this need to be on the internet? Why do you need to put this on the internet? What is the need for that? I don't understand it.
Yeah, but
There's
everybody
no-
does it. Everybody
Why?
does
So
it.
okay, so
Well, he was there to film the birthing process. And
then keep it
he
at
did.
home. Like you, I just think I really do. I hate this idea
Yeah.
of a dad posting this online.
It was actually really well filmed, though.
It kind of
You think
was.
about
And
it.
it's
If
Yeah.
you think
both-
about what was going on, my man's driving, his wife's giving birth next to him, and it was like right on frame.
well, and
Yeah.
it's bullshit that he didn't stop at this. He's gonna film it, but he's still driving.
Yeah.
In
And
his
she's-
defense, he did say, "Do you want me to pull over?" And she said, "No, keep going,
I don't.
drive."
Yeah,
And so he was like, "Fine, whatever,
I guess.
whatever." She's
Babe.
bitching over here. Whatever.
Babe.
I guess I'll keep driving.
Hmm.
Put her upside down, babe.
The boy weighed in at 10 pounds.
Oh my god!
10
And it just
pounds.
fell out of her.
Just fell out.
That's
like
a
nothing.
huge baby.
Yeah. They named the thing Josiah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ah, boy.
So that's at least Josiah's got a video out. He's a star before his
Big star.
anyway. The other video that stormed the internet and is still storming the world is
The shark?
The shark. Look
Dude.
at it, proofs.
Oh my god!
Isn't that great?
Horrifying.
Nature. It's nature.
God, with that image of him sitting there, has no idea it's behind him. That fin up. That is terrible.
You're overdoing it.
Oh my god, it's my nightmare.
We talked about him yesterday. Mick Fanning was in the surfing in South Africa, and he's a world champion surfer, and he got attacked by a shark. This was on live TV.
But he wasn't bitten in
no.
any
This
sort of
is
way.
this is usually,
Just
by the
nudged
way,
him.
when people get
Watch him
caught
get
up
hit
with
in the head
sharks.
right here. Watch this. Bam.
Boom! Oh yeah, that's what knocked him off the board.
Yeah.
Get to Mick Fanning immediately.
Oh god, the tear as he's swimming to
Where are the
shore.
proofs?
Oh
Where
my
am I?
god. That is like worse than any horror movie I could ever imagine.
Nah,
Right there.
Ted Proofs didn't want him.
Well, they come on Wave Runner or something.
Yeah,
There we go.
that was my mistake.
Watch his face when he gets on the thing.
Oh my god. Oh. How is his leg not bitten off or something? That thing was huge.
Ted Proofs didn't want him. I thought you were a seal for a minute. My
Fuck
bad.
that proof.
My bad. That one's on me. I didn't mean it.
Oh.
I feel like an asshole.
No, he doesn't.
Thing is, if you're an experienced enough surfer, you're gonna see that shit.
Yeah. Comes with the territory.
Like,
I think that guy's like 40 years old. He's been doing this
Yeah.
forever and ever and ever.
I've got a friend who's from the Keys and he paddle boards all the time. And he grew up seeing sharks, and everybody said, "Oh, I see sharks." No, I mean he's seen bull sharks and stuff right next to him. But I think that's just par for the course a little bit. If you're out there enough, you're gonna probably not have one attack you, but have them pass right by you and stuff.
Yeah. And the truth is 95% of shark run-ins go just like that.
Really?
Yes. They do. They do. It's just not that big a deal. Dude, you know how rare it is to get bitten by a Peroops in the ocean? It's so rare. That's like saying I'm not going to drive anymore because there could be a car. There's way
No,
more
it's
chance.
not like
Yes, it
saying
is.
that. There's
Yes, it
trillions of people on the road every day. There's probably
trillions of sharks in the ocean. And they
no,
leave you
how
alone.
many people go to the beach every year? An ocean, millions for sure. And there's obviously a very, very small number who are bitten, but it happens, Mike.
The last time a shark was killed someone there was like 2013. It's been a couple of years since anyone was attacked and
wasn't the guy just killed in North Carolina or something?
No, he's lost his arm and stuff, but he's fine. He's fine. Yeah, his bass playing is going to be a little limited now.
That's right. He was a bass player.
He seems almost happier about it. He loves the attention. He's getting on great. We got to see that chick with the cute ass, the nurse, in that one. Remember?
Yeah, that one for sure. This is not the 14-year-old that Mike was talking about.
Wow,
This was
24-year-old probably.
Yeah, she didn't turn out to be all that though. Remember we.
But that was nice.
She was
nice
pretty
ass.
cute.
You don't have to look at her face.
Now, a couple of other things before we get to our email stories. Did you hear about this this girl that died in police custody?
Not sure.
Yeah. Twitter users are going bananas for this chick.
Oh yeah.
Sandra Bland. She's one of these
activists, right?
Civil rights activists. Yeah. She committed suicide in her jail cell last week. That's what the story is, that she committed suicide. So there's a hashtag that's going around, if I die in jail, or if I die in police custody. And so people are putting that out there. If I die in police custody, know that they killed me. I would do everything in my power to get home to my family. So never stop questioning. Question everything. Don't believe a word they say.
She said that before?
No, other people are saying this
about her, like
on Twitter. So if
gotcha.
because the cops are just out hunting us,
right?
So if I get arrested for some minor thing, I'm just minding my own business. They drag me in and murder me, and then they'll try to say it was a suicide because these cops are all evil and racist, and that's what they do to us. They're hunting us. So if that happens to me and I mysteriously die in jail, hashtag if I die in police custody.
Got it.
Let them know. Never stop searching. Don't believe a word they say. If I die in police custody, no, I did not commit suicide. I have been in therapy for 1.5 years fighting depression. I want to live.
Oh, that sounds like a
Know that I would never end my own life. Know that I want to change the world. Good luck with that.
As he's sitting there on his phone on Twitter.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot from his fucking iPhone.
Know that I didn't kill myself. I didn't resist. I didn't attack anyone, and I wasn't high on anything.
How do we know?
That's from Ladidra Hill, because she said that in her Twitter.
But how do we know that? How do we know that she doesn't get high that day?
I know. I don't know.
The future.
If I die in police custody, know that the color of my skin was the only crime committed.
Again, how do we know what the crime was? How do we know she didn't drill some car on the road or shoot somebody or rob somebody?
If I die in police custody, I did not commit suicide. I did not break my own back. I did not choke myself to death. They murdered me.
Jesus, what are these
overly dramatic assholes? Don't trust any report of me being aggressive. I put humanity aside in interactions with cops to come home to my kids.
So you can just throw this out on Twitter and then do whatever you do. And
Yeah.
then you can always harken back to that.
Yeah,
Wow,
'cause
she
this is
said
proof.
this. Look,
Jay, this is proof.
Right.
This is proof that this is anything that happens to him in the future. This is what really happened, no matter
Yeah.
what.
And, you know, here's the other part of this story. They do have video cameras in that jail, not in the cell, but and apparently there's nobody that walks in or down that hall at all while she's in there. And so they're saying that she hung herself or asphyxiated herself with a plastic bag, but they don't have video of anybody else going near that cell. So, you know, I don't know. The problem with stuff like this is that when you have it in your mind that you're being hunted because simply that you're black and that this is going to happen to you if you have any sort of run, you even do a 5 over, and the odds are very, very strong that the cops are just going to beat you down, drag you into prison, and probably murder you. If that's your mindset every day, then there's very little hope of the Justice Department finding something and you going, oh, wow, that's unfortunate. I guess their findings proved this. Because the truth is you don't believe the system. So no matter where up the ladder the system goes, and all you can ask is that they look at it.
it's tainted.
It's tainted no matter what. As far up the ladder as it goes, it's all tainted. So it just keeps making this narrative. It creates this narrative. It's kind of like what's her name? Rachel Dolezal.
Oh, God.
Right? Rachel Dolezal wanted so bad to be black, even though there's not a single drop of black race in her blood going back to 1672 or something, as far as they went back. But she had in her mind, and if you look at the details of her, she had 9 assaults from police, and she had all these injustices that this poor black woman is. I can't even just be me, because she's looking at every turn to be found, to have problems. This girl, Sandra Bland, and I don't know if she was murdered in jail. I hope they find out what happened, and I hope those people go to jail for the rest of their lives. And I really mean that. But she was pulled over for simply not turning her signal on. They stopped her. Of course, it gets confrontational, and right there is where you lose me, where it's like, can nobody just give the cops their fucking license and have this little altercation? They're going to either give you a warning and send you on your way. We've all been there. I've been pulled over for the same things. And there's a simple way to make it go really good or really bad. I find it impossible, and maybe it's my naivete, but I find it impossible to believe that you're a simple African-American driving down the street, didn't turn your signal on, you get pulled over, you give your ID, you give them your insurance, and they come back and just drag you out of the car, beat you down, and haul you to jail. It doesn't work like that. I'm sorry. Am I crazy to think that that's impossible to believe?
No, but the argument is that they've gone through this a dozen different times where they do some minor little infraction. They have their brights on or something, or they don't use their turn signal. It's like, really, again, you're going to pull me over.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the frustration comes in.
And I guess I get that. But
and then
we've
maybe
all been pulled over for those
time
things.
You have an attitude.
Yeah. Well, therein lies the problem. Having the attitude is never going to go your way. What do you think that's going to accomplish? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, but
you know what though? I hate to say it, I'm on your side most of the time. God, that is the thing though. Jay's right. That point is right though, man. You say what you want, but if you've been pulled over, you say I've been pulled over, but you haven't been pulled over 12 times
I've been pulled over probably 50 times for dumb shit I've done.
If that's actually happening though, as a lot of these.
If it was happening,
narratives go. Where it is kind of like an every other day thing where you're getting hassled, that would get very, very frustrating.
Yeah.
But then that begs the question, is that really what's happening, or is that just what you're trying to tell us?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know there's different people on both sides of that will say, I don't run into that so much. And, I don't know. But she's someone who really stands behind the Black Lives Matter movement. And we've seen plenty of these people that want to drive that narrative. And it's almost like,
did she take it so far to martyr herself, Mike?
Maybe. I don't know. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter. She died. And so facts of the case are irrelevant. It's just another person to chalk up to dead by the police. That's what she turns out. You'll see her on billboard or on signs now. What happened to her? It doesn't matter what they find.
Right.
Doesn't matter. So anyway, that's the new one that's ramping up. But we gotta get to some emails.
Yeah,
for our
do.
race.
I've been collecting these over the last couple of weeks, and I've called through, and I have like 4, and I think we have time for me to read all 4 of these, although a couple of them are pretty long. And so these are not all winners, but they're just kind of like 4, and you guys decide which one you like.
Okay.
Or which 2? I guess we can do 2 of these.
Yeah, we can do a couple of them. Sure.
Right.
To give away tickets, you mean?
Yeah. So the idea was, hey, general admission tickets we'll give to people who write in with race stories, quote unquote, stories about race.
Yeah.
It can be anything. So Noel writes in, hello, fellas. Here's my race story. It's a doozy. Indy 500 about 4 or 5 years ago. We camp, we party, we do the whole race thing in every way. The day the race comes up and we hit the race and everything goes swimmingly. After the race, we have a few more beers and eat, then pack up camp and head to a hotel down the road for the night. There's a Hooters across the parking lot from the hotel.
Sweet.
We head over there to see some Indiana titties and get some wings. We end up having a few more
Hooters
beers.
wings suck. I'm sorry. You ever had Hooters wings?
I don't know that I have.
Oh, don't.
I don't even go to Hooters. I think it's
I know.
We end up having a few more beers and then head back to the hotel for some drunk sleep. However, our friend BT tells us he's going to stay and drink with people we didn't even know. There was no fine piece of tail or anything special going on, so we told him to come with us, but he would not. This was the beginning of the end for him. We head off to sleep. In the morning, we wake up and BT is nowhere to be found. We figure the dude went for coffee or something. We look around the hotel, and he's nowhere to be found. It is at this point that we start doing some detective work. There's a pool in the back that is fenced in, and I just have a feeling he is in there floating face down. Turns out the pool was empty, but we did find his shoes and a half-full beer neatly placed by the gate. This is obviously very mysterious to us. After scanning the parking lot and hotel grounds for a passed-out idiot, we head to the front desk and start asking questions. We tell the clerk his name, and it turns out he bought another room. His phone was dead, and he was too drunk to remember the room number. The guy bought another room. He also told us some story that he was waiting for his friends that are on bikes, which was us. And no, we were at the race in a different state and had no bikes. I have no idea where that came from. So we head up to the other room and knock and never get an answer. The hotel clerk tells us that the room as we figured the hotel clerk lets us in the room as we figured he was just passed out. We go in the room and he is not in the room. His wallet's in the room and the blankets are all strewn about like he was there, and it looked like a struggle. We go back and ask more questions, get a number for the local police. We found out the motherfucker is in jail. How? Why? We ended up having to stay that whole day and one more day because it was Memorial Day and no one was being processed until the next day. So we were just on a little vacay at the hotel while this genius is in jail. I assume a lot of people get arrested on race weekend, so they fast track them through. He finally gets out. We pull up to his dumbass, surrounded by about 20 other dumbasses waiting for rides. He starts waving us down and running at the car with no shoes on and looking like hell. As it turns out, after having a room already and paying for another room, he ended up sleeping in some old guy's SUV in the parking lot. He woke up to the police knocking on this SUV window at about 6 a.m. The police asked him all the general questions he could not answer because he was still blacked out. He said he snapped out of it just as they were clicking the cuffs on him, and by then it was too late. He told me he must have thought that it was his brother's car. After he couldn't find his room, he went to sleep in the car. Yeah, not our car, some old fuck's car.
Oh, no.
I felt like a real gumshoe. Nice, Noel. Trying to figure it out, his tarted footsteps. 2 hotel rooms and a car later, and he still couldn't get it together. This guy is like a big E of our group, but he gets laid more. It's a bit strange, but a great guy and a lovable character. Noel.
Love it.
Wow.
Not a bad race story.
That's quite a story. That barely qualified. Like, it was just like we were at the 500 and then this happened.
Hey, you two laid the ground rules for
I
that.
agree.
Any race story.
I agree. I'm just kind of laughing about that. Yeah.
Kevin writes in, to whom it may concern, when I was around 8 to 12 years old, I was on the swim team at the local country club with a handful of neighborhood friends.
Ooh.
This was not by choice. Our parents forced us. Anyway, everyone on the team took the swimming very, very seriously, except myself and my buddies. So there was a meet between our country club and 4 others. It was the biggest event of the summer, so there were tons of parents watching and cheering and all that shit. When I was up to race, my friend bet me I wouldn't pull myself along the lane during the race.
What?
You know the lane dividers?
The plastic rings?
Yes. So his friend bets him, I bet you won't pull yourself along the lane dividers. I couldn't say no, so I dove in and immediately started yanking myself along on the lane line for the entire 100-meter race.
Oh, my God.
I ended up finishing about a minute before everyone else, of course. I was immediately disqualified and got yelled at by my coach. My mom was so embarrassed, she sat in the car for the rest of the event. Positive outcome was that was my last year on the team. Also, is the show The Amazing Race about white people? Fuck Tony. Warmest regards, Kevin.
Oh, wow. That remark at the end is not.
Yeah, I like that. That kind of pushed him over the top, in my opinion.
That thing about Tony, I don't know.
Amber writes in, 6 years ago, my boyfriend and I moved my ass back to Michigan from Florida. While standing in line in a U-Haul rental office, we were patiently waiting behind an Asian. See, that's where the race comes in.
Very good. Yes.
It's kind of a creative turn on race, but we'll let it go.
We'll accept.
She was waiting behind an Asian gentleman for an attendant to come to the counter. When the worker came out to the counter, his name tag read Sean, S-E-A-N, Sean.
Yeah.
Well, Sean mistakenly thought that my boyfriend and I were next in line and asked how he could help us. Before we could reply, the Asian gentleman said, excuse me, scene? Scene. I used to think that too when I was a little kid.
Oh, yeah.
Stupid name. Sorry, all you Seans out there.
Sorry,
we
Shawnee.
continued our laughs at the moment, but still laugh about it to this day. Guess you had to be there. Winky face!
That's
true.
I don't know.
Ed writes in. Ed writes in, I thought of a race story, but I need Jay to confirm that the statute of limitations on trespassing and vandalism is less than 11 years. As manslaughter is 10 years, I think I'm safe. I had a good friend that went to Central Michigan, and it was always a huge party when we went to visit him. This time, the excuse was a Michigan versus Michigan State football game. It's too bad you don't go to a school where you can celebrate your own football games, but it's just a side note by me.
Ooh,
my friend decides we should grab 4 cases of beer and go back to his frat for a case race. We hadn't seen him for a while, so he showed us the new frat house. It was much nicer than his old one. Nice little aside, Ed. Interesting fact. No one was there. He said that they had all left for some trip. We broke up into 2 teams, and the winner was the first team to finish their 2 cases. We lined up all the glass bottles up on the glass bottles, dude, in college.
Yeah.
That's extraordinary. These guys were rich, obviously.
Yeah.
Lined up all the glass bottles on the ping pong table and then decided that when you finish your beer, you should throw the empty bottle against the fireplace and shatter it to prove it's empty. We start, and most of the guys are finishing about 3/4 of their beer before they throw, so glass and beer is flying everywhere. As soon as we finish, my team begins to celebrate until I vomit. This causes a chain reaction. Every single person begins to vomit. When we get our wits about us again, the big guy on the other team calls me a pussy for throwing up first. As he's thrown up, right?
Yeah.
We decide to arm wrestle on the ping pong table.
Totally see guys in a frat doing this. We've been there for
Yes.
shit like this.
Yeah. Which I don't think worked out well for the table. I believe it came to a draw when the table broke. So he decides he will show me by slamming a bunch of our half-gallon of vodka. Not to be outdone, I make sure to slam more than he did. He gives me a hug and tells me he loves me, and I do the same, which of course means we have to finish slamming the vodka. Someone tells us we have to finish all of the alcohol. I decided that I needed to run to the store and get a ton more and come back as the hero. I stumble out the door and toward the street. As the game just ended, there are a lot of people out in the street. I asked where the liquor store is, and the people point me in the opposite direction. On the corner, they pointed me toward. This is a race story, right? On the corner,
I guess the drinking
racing.
was a race?
Oh, okay. In the corner, they pointed me toward. There's a big crowd. I need to get to the liquor store and don't have time for people just hanging out. I push through them and rush across the street. This is when I realized that they were waiting for the light, and this is a big road with fast-moving traffic. I realize this as my head is smashing into a car windshield. I get up and think I'm going to walk off. A few steps later, I realize that is not going to happen as I start to throw up in a bush and my knees give out. I yell for someone to please call an ambulance. All I hear is everyone rushing to the guy in the car and asking if he's all right. I hear them telling him I ran into traffic and that they would stay and tell the police that. I yell that I am at fault, but will someone please call an ambulance? Admittedly, I'm at fault, but please, man,
help me.
Give me help. I don't remember much for a while after this. The next thing I recall is telling a nurse I have to visit the restroom. She said I did not. I found this an odd response and informed her again that I really needed to visit the lavatory. The lavatory.
Yeah.
She said, no, you don't.
The loo.
I'm very confused at this point and get up to go find it myself. This is when I feel a very odd tug from inside my penis. You guys ever had a catheter?
No, and I never will.
Yeah, once during surgery.
Yeah, I have too.
Yeah.
It's not.
I'll shoot myself if I have to get one.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Oh, I'm looking at who are you to talk, Mike?
A tube up your dick, you're going to shoot yourself?
I'm done.
What do you mean, who am I? I wouldn't shoot myself over a catheter.
You talk about ending yourself over a stubbed toe.
That's true. If it was a stubbed toe, those hurt.
Yes.
The nurse laughs and says, I told you that you didn't have to pee because everything from your bladder is in this bag. This is my first experience with a catheter, unfortunately not my last. They tell me my knee is too swollen to do the tests they need to do, but nothing is broken. They confirm I am moderately coherent after they had pumped my stomach and released me. This is where Central really has it figured out. The hospital has a shuttle to take me back to campus. I have no idea where my friends are. My phone is got broken in the accident. I just see some bar name I recognize and ask them to drop me off. I'd been to Rick's in Ann Arbor and at East Lansing, so I figured I would try the one at Central. I walked into Rick's with a confused look. The guy asked me if I need help, and I said, I don't get it. He said, this is the grocery store. Do you need anything? I said, I get that this is a theme bar, but I don't understand why this would be fun. He tells me I need to leave. I respond gladly. As I walk down the street, I realize that it's after 2 a.m. and bars are closed. I finally put together that Rick's really is a grocery store, not a bar. I have very few memories until I finally see something that looks like my friend's dorm. They're sitting outside and run up to me. They have been calling the police and hospitals as it is 11 a.m.
Oh,
I asked my buddy if he needs help cleaning up the frat house before his brothers get home from their trip or if they already took care of it. He said that it was just a frat and he didn't like it. And and it was just a frat he didn't like. He knew how to get in the house and that they were all gone, so it would be fun to party there.
Oh,
this is not my most eventful central story, but it is the only one involving a race. Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
What a night.
That's crazy.
Dude, his buddy just broke into a frat house, broke the ping pong table, beers everywhere.
Yeah.
Ouch. God, Ed.
Those are good, man. Those are real good.
All right. So 2 of them. We got Noel. We got Noel with his buddy BT. We've got Ken.
I like the swimming one because it actually involves a race in some capacity. I
Yeah.
suppose.
Got Ken with the swimming race. It was Ken, right? Yeah, Kevin. Sorry, Kevin. Kevin's going, son of a bitch, it's Kevin.
I have my
We've got Amber with the race, and then we've got Ed. So what do you think, fellas?
I like the swimming one because it involves race, and I like the first one just because it involves the 500. It actually involves a car race to me. But
what are you thinking, Jay?
I was thinking the same.
Were you? All right, we can go with those 2. And I wouldn't rule Ed's out for, I still like that story a lot.
I mean, it's a great story. I just, based on the fact that we're kind of doing this around Red Bull, this guy.
We did say any race.
Well, I know, yep. but you're getting tickets to a race, and this guy's been to the 500, shows that he likes some auto racing.
There you go. And Kevin, we know, likes racing.
We do
cheating at racing, so.
Right?
Okay.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll give him to those 2.
The funny thing is, it didn't help him. It was a negative cheating.
So Kevin and Noel, come get your tickets somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, we'll figure it out.
Yep. This is an E job.
E will be in contact with you.
If you email me at eric@detroitcast.com, we'll work it out.
Somehow.
Ooh, that didn't sound very promising.
You can come to my house. I'll give you my address and you can come pick it up from the manor. Just so I don't have to leave.
Yeah, you can meet Nana. If you go to the manor, get a picture of Nana. We need to see what Nana looks like.
I've shown you a picture of her.
You have?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't remember it either.
Yeah, take another one. We need to see this.
Lightning.
She looks like a grandma.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't need her snatch.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, so don't worry.
Okay. Just checking. All right. Let's call it a day there. We'll give some more tickets away as we go this week, leading up to, of course, the Red Bull Detroit GRC at Belle Isle this weekend. So we'll be there, and we're excited. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow we'll have some update on what Jay and I are
I can't wait to find out.
I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully there's some exciting news about that. But anyway, we'll call it a day there. Thanks for hanging with us on a Tuesday, everybody. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll do it all again then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen to God, watch you grow.